the materials will be available. I have said that while we wait for Mr. Paz to join us, I wanted us just to go through our second agenda, which is the overview of the KD online bookshop vision. And I'll say that we have been brought on board to help him as the vision bearer to attain, of course, with our help, achieve the mission of developing an online bookshop, but one that will be available digitally. And so the question is, why develop an online digital bookshop? And this initiative intends to address some of the challenges that have been experienced in the implementation of the current curriculum or the most recent curriculum in our country, and that is the CBC. And what challenges are these? For instance, one challenge that is there as at now is that in those learning areas that are being proposed in senior school, quite a number of them have, we don't have people with the technical know-how, or even if they are very few, that it is not possible that we implement them. And even from the call out that he had given, that he gets those who are willing to come in and develop the content in areas like aviation, metalwork, woodwork, we haven't gotten any applicants. And so what does it tell us? That such learning areas have got a big challenge, and the challenge here is the shortage. And so we hope that the online bookshop that will be developed will be able to address this in a way such that there will be a digital academy. It's a digital academy that will have the materials uploaded. Then back at our institutions, we can have an on-site technician. So the content will be available digitally, but physically at our institutions, we can have on-site technicians. But now we can have remote tutors. And these remote tutors could be in any part of the globe. They could be in China or wherever. And so the learners will be able to access the content. And then back in the classroom, we will have, not in the class, back at their stations, there will be a technician that can guide and show them what is supposed to be done. That is one area that this app hopes to address. And number two, another thing that we hope to address is the shortage of teachers, the shortage of teachers. And this is a case where if we have a remote teacher, then a learner who is in Northeastern, if so long as the learner can get some small pocket money, would be able to purchase this digital material. And the digital material, the content is accompanied by a remote teacher. And so one teacher would be able to teach in as many as students as much as maybe their pockets will allow them to access the content. And probably the last that again the initiative hopes to address is to reduce the cost of textbooks on the side of the parents, reduce the cost of textbooks on the side of the parents, so that as I'd said initially, that some of this content will be sold in very small denominations, so that even if a learner has some 50 bob as a pocket money, and the learner has a problem in mathematics in an area like integers, then he can go and only access the content of integers. And the vision clearly states that this content, once sold, it will only be there for, it will only be accessed for a particular period of time, probably for 24 hours. So the learner must be able to use this content within the defined time, and that probably would now ensure that the content is protected and will be able to generate income to the developers, plus us who are coming in as the consultants, and of course the engineers behind the whole idea. I think that is what I have generally as what I have tried to find out as the really what the KD online book vision entails. Maybe at this point, I would want to welcome your reactions. Were you people able to look at what does he intend to do and so on and so forth? Any reaction from the members?
Yes, I think you've captured almost everything, Maggie.
Okay.
Hello, are you
Yes,
getting
we're
me?
getting, yeah, we are getting you loud and clear.
Okay, I'm saying that you've captured almost everything. There's a bit of there's a statement that okay, it amused me and it is of great importance to the learners that even if a learner misses a lesson, maybe due to sickness or just an absenteeism, that learner is able to recover to learn outside the normal planned time. So it is not just a matter of the traditional way of learning as we do it. So that bit was very key to me.
Thank you.
Maybe
Mhm.
from my what I read about the whole idea, it's like basically what is more interesting to me is how the AI will come in. That app itself now, leave alone when the content, how the AI itself will come into, how interactive it will be. I think those are some of the things that I had fascination about, and maybe would like to understand more. So that now, if I tell somebody this is what we are doing, I can explain to them at least more elaborately. But looking at the whole idea, like the founder was suggesting a rate of 100 shillings for every 24 hours for every student. It looks like
Sorry,
a good
a
idea
rate of
because
100 shillings for?
for every 24 hours access.
Okay.
The idea based on what I heard is that because normally not people, instead of buying textbooks, they may not really have the time to read it all the time. So you better, instead of buying, you just pay 100 shillings, you access it within 24 hours, you get whatever
Mm.
content you want from that textbook. I think it's a good idea.
Mhm.
But again, the issue maybe which could be a challenge there is the issue of accessibility, because
Mhm.
not all students have access to the internet.
Sure.
Um, yeah, of course, Sunaila, some people are also from the family backgrounds and all the same. So if you look at such a scenario and try to project how successful it is likely to be in terms of income, you can
Mhm.
make some projections.
Mm.
For example, if the views of students in 1 month is, let's say, 500,000, 500,000
Mm.
views times
Mm.
100, how much? That's about 50 million.
Mm.
Yeah, if it is 100,000, that's about 10 million. So it's something that can be really good,
Mm.
but there is not also, for the only thing I can see is the limit of access to the internet.
Yes.
Yeah, but it's a very good idea, and I really liked it from the start. The word when I just saw it, I was really interested to know more about it.
Yes, like I think when I shared with him within the course of the day, the vision is that if you're able to get because again, we may not be able to get the developers for all the subjects or the learning areas. But the proposal will be that if we get the areas that we shall get, then we would have to do it more of once the materials are developed, then first it will be like a prototype. So we take it to particular schools, and there are schools that are already adopted. I think that's where the word Kiswete Digital Academy came from. There are quite a group of schools. I think they are located in Siaya County. They would want to test that, and if it works, the vision is that you would even support them with the Starlink. That
Or internet.
yes, that is already, if you go through the documentation that is there, that is something that is in the pipeline. So once it picks, we hope that the whole idea will now be sold to our government, and if the government is able to buy it, then we hope that the government would support our schools, and that the whole system should be able to pick. And the beautiful thing is that a learner who is even at home, if the parents are able to access or they have got the digital devices, then this child can still learn even from home. So I think it is a great idea, and it is an idea whose time has come. For us as those who are being brought on board, I want to plead with us that we support his initiative, we support him. It will be an opportunity for us also to learn, as Kibet puts it, the issue of you've said AI,
Yeah, artificial intelligence.
artificial intelligence, yes.
AI.
I think for me, those are a few of the things that I would really
Mm.
wish to be here and just learn, even if it is just for the sake of learning. You know, we lose nothing. If anything, it is we will gain quite a lot. So that is it.
Yeah,
I don't know
true.
whether Duar has got any comment on it. Duar, were you able to have a look at it?
No. Personally, I'm still taking time to interact with the content.
Mm.
Uh, it's been a short time, but I
Yes.
want to take time over the weekend, mainly after the meeting tomorrow. I will take time to interact with it more,
Okay.
just to get to understand. But from the overview, I think it is a good initiative, as you have highlighted some of the challenges that are faced in the education system in Kenya. Part of which this app is going to offer certain solutions to some of the challenges we face. I think it's a good thing. Maybe you have mentioned something to do with us not being able to get applicants on certain learning areas. I think maybe we'll have to think of maybe even going to TVETs. I think that is
Yeah.
where we're going to get. Yeah, I think that is the proposal I wanted to maybe put across.
Yeah. So you're proposing that these areas, and because most of them, by the way, when you look at them, they're those technical and vocational issues.
Yes,
If
yes,
you can go to, you will probably identify a few of the TVETs that we have in the institutions that offer these courses. They are there.
yes,
And
yes,
the only problem is that I think in fact, initially these courses were being offered in high schools, but I think quite a
yes,
number of them, the the, the tutors left. Either they left for greener pastures, and then our system did not train people after that, and that has brought us to where we are today. But it is possible. I had sold the idea to Mr. Pass that I was able to access the deputy director in charge of the TVET at the Kenya Institute of Curriculum Development. And he was willing that if we need assistance, he would be able to connect us and even to offer that. So I think that may probably bring us to the end of our first, is it the first or the second agenda, unless there's something that we want to add? The overview of the KD online bookshop vision.
It's
Mm.
generally good. Me, I read it actually. I read it entirely, and it's very interesting, and it's something by there that we will be proud about by the end of at the end of it.
I think it's something that definitely everybody will be very proud to be associated with such an initiative. So just like I'd said earlier, it is my plea that I know the sacrifices that we have made so far. Yesterday you saw when we were chatting, I think we had talked with Kibet, it was chats until at one point I even sent a text in mother tongue in another word and somebody was calling me. But because now you have to do whatever you do at wherever you are, and then now there is also this. But we learn from the people in those developed countries. They say they do 24-hour economy. And I noticed Kibet can be up as early as 3 a.m. I picked my phone and I noticed that it was online at one point and I was like, kumbe ni sisi tunalala. But it
You
is
know, I
well.
realize when you want to make money, you don't sleep.
You don't sleep, but you don't sleep. Sometimes I attended a workshop where somebody was saying, usually when we are in matatus, then you see these people who play golf, huh? Then unaona mtu asubuhi ako na hiyo ka nini ya golf, then we ask ourselves, watu wanafanya kazi saa ngapi? But those are people who have not slept. Probably they were working throughout the night. Their money is already working for them. And as we think that they are idling. So Kibet is right. If you want to make money, lazima usingizi ipungue kidogo. Fine. Can we move to the next agenda? And my next agenda was modalities of conducting our training webinars as we get moving. Now, initially, we had talked of 2 hours per session for the trainings, 2 hours per session. And at one point, there was the issue of the remuneration, which I think when I talked to the vision bearer, he had given me his figures, and those figures, by the way, were based on the per diems that are offered by our government. So he worked with the averages of the same. And for instance, a case where he's supposed to pay 16,800 in a day, that was divided by 8. And that is how he ended up at that figure of 2,000, I think 2,100. So he was saying that for now, because the work has not peaked, we bear with him, work with those figures as they are, and he hopes that when the real work begins, he had even talked of putting us on some salary, which he said that now when the real work begins, we'll be able to talk about that, other than what he would be able to give during the weekends when we do the trainings. So that was one of them. Then when I brought in the issue of the resources that we would use and the time, given that we are also doing other things, this is not what we are doing. He had proposed that maybe the only way, because these figures he had presented to the board of Kiswete Digital Academy. So the board had approved the figures that he pays as per the government rates. And so he said that the only option that he may be left with is that, are we able to do 3 hours in our trainings so that we get something slightly better? And that I think that one we put it up on the wall, we didn't get your voice, Duor and Noella, and that left us
Yes.
with Kibet. I think we were talking with Kibet that, can we do 3 hours? Is it possible? Because now if you do 3 hours, it would still pay at the rate of whatever it is per hour, but now it is times 3. And so for me, my proposal on that was that we come for the meetings 30 hours before the participants. Those 30 hours before, 30 minutes, what? 30 minutes before the participants, we lay our ground rules. We may need to catch up to speed, whether we are ready with whatever we want to present. At times, we may have issues with our materials for presentation. Especially, I know that will be me and Noel. Otherwise, the two Erics seems to be slightly
Yes.
it's in terms of ICT. And that
Yes.
will give me even time to share what I want to present with either Kibet or Duor, so that if I have a challenge even sharing my screen from this side, then I can simply send a message to the other side, and you'd still be able to share as I do the presentation on this side. So I thought
Sure, sure.
Yes.
we'll come slightly earlier, 30 minutes too. Then they join us. We do the training for 2 hours for them. And when the 2 hours are over, then they leave. And when they leave, we can again remain for 30 minutes just to see what worked for us, what did not work, are we able to improve on this area? And probably if we feel there's a place that was not rightfully put, then we can have an opportunity even to correct one another as we move forward. Because what we are developing, by the way, as Mr. Pass puts it, it will go down in history. And for him, he's even willing that when the whole thing comes, we can even involve our family members as part of the shareholders. That is what he would wish that we do. So that was my thinking. Maybe now I can get a reaction. What do you people think? I know 3 hours is not easy, by the way. You better ask me, are you sure of this one? Now we can agree as a team.
No, the way I saw
Okay,
it.
Maggie. Sorry.
Okay, no, just go ahead.
Okay, I'm saying that apart from learning, our main mission here is to get money.
Mm,
So if the 3 hours we add something in our pockets, then that's the way to go. And your suggestion on 30 minutes before and 30 minutes after, I think I'm okay with that. So my concern is, when are we going to start the meetings?
okay.
Yes, so we'll have to discuss on when are we supposed to start the meeting, so that if we are moving from some place to the other to come and settle for the meeting, then you find it a bit easy.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
Thank you. Kibet, you're done. An
Well, yeah,
input?
I was saying the 3 hours is okay. At least it boosts income kidogo,
Mm.
and then generally it's not bad. You know, some of these things we can always adjust with the time.
Yes, yes.
Because I'm very sure when the real content development starts, it will be a different story.
It is a different story, yes.
Mm.
Okay.
But for now, I think we can just move ahead and do our best. You know, sometimes you also don't look so much into money. You know, when you just focus on money alone, you lose morale.
You lose the morale and you may lose an opportunity to learn also.
Mm.
Yeah, true.
Mm.
So you just say thank you God for whatever is there, and then you go ahead with life.
Mm. Mm-hmm. Yes, Mr. Duor.
Personally, I'm okay with that. I think I had not thought of it that way, of the other version of starting 30 minutes earlier and ending our session 30 minutes later. I think that is a better option that we can go with. I support it. It can work perfectly well.
Okay. Then I think we are good.
The challenge, possibly, maybe one of the challenges we are likely to face with it is maybe just to mention, so that we see how best we can overcome and navigate through it, is having the participants who would be joining the meeting earlier, as early as 30 minutes before. Of course, now after, I don't think there'll be those participants that will be willing to leave later.
Stay.
But yeah, but we can have participants who will be willing to come earlier, even as early as
Okay.
30 minutes before time. Because usually I know many people really face a lot of challenges with devices, internet issues, and all that. So they really want to start earlier, so that in case at least there are challenges, they're able to navigate through before the start of the meeting. So maybe you can also see how to just to navigate through that as you think of ways of implementing that. Yes, thank you.
And you know that challenge, probably it is you and Kibet who can help us see how to sort it out. Because that one, hiyo mimi na
Mm.
Noela, I don't know what we can do about that.
Pia hatujui.
Eric, what did you just say? You passed me, eh?
Sorry.
That one passed me. What did you just say? So that I can contribute and see.
Okay, he
But
was talking of participants joining earlier than usual. Maybe those who are having challenges with their gadgets, because we are planning to be meeting 30 minutes before the participants join. So, to curb that, what are you going to do, the two Eric, to help us prevent the participants from joining us early?
is there an
No, that
option
one
of
is no, that one is
Kibet?
there's an option. There's an option, huh?
Or there's an
Yeah.
option of admitting people into the meeting?
Yeah, we can tell them just to be on standby so that by that time
Mm.
Yes.
they are already there, and then we're waiting to admit them.
Okay.
Okay. And I think we
Yeah,
agreed
because
to go.
And
yeah,
then,
yeah, yeah.
Kibet, I'm just thinking of another one. Maybe there are also other features within the Zoom app where you are able to create multiple rooms. Maybe if you can also explore that, I think, yeah, so that
Yeah,
maybe they could be in another room as we continue to convert in another room within the same meeting.
Okay.
you're right. You're right. You're
Wow.
right.
Yeah.
I'm telling you.
It's good to have it is good to have digital gurus.
Haki.
Highly appreciate. Yeah, I
Yeah,
highly appreciate it.
I was actually seeing something here, and it's like there are those rooms, huh?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah. Mm.
Yeah, there are those
Mm.
rooms. Sure.
Okay.
Sawa sawa. Okay, now so I think we have agreed on our modalities. Now on that, now that we have discussed the modalities of doing it, we have agreed that we'll do for the trainings we'll do 3 hours. Unless it is our own meeting, is where we can just go for 2 hours, because now again, what would we be discussing for a whole 3 hours? Now, can we now combine that
Yeah.
with the review of the tentative work plan that I'd proposed? So at this point, I think I would request Kibet, maybe you can share. I don't know whether you have it, Karibu, whatever I'd shared
Let me see.
as that work plan.
I had it on my WhatsApp. Eh? Maybe we can just access from WhatsApp because I'm using
Okay.
a phone and I've not
Okay.
downloaded. It will take us time. Yeah.
Fine. Then I think we can you people check on it via WhatsApp. Let me see what can come out of it. Now, you notice that initially I was supposed to lead a presentation this Saturday, but if you look at what I shared last, it has hence changed. And this
Okay.
was the issue. I did contact Mr. Paz within the course of the day, and I was like, we are bringing in people who, just like us, even the first time, we didn't have even a rough idea of what we intend to do here. So you don't just bring them in, and right from day one, we have started telling them about what it takes to develop a content. So I felt that first, let's bring them in. They familiarize themselves even with the really what is Kiswate, what is their vision, and really what do we stand for. And you remember now we are part of that Kiswate. So we are not going to talk of Kiswate as a different entity from us. It is us now. Then we want to tell them that we want to develop. We are bringing them in to develop a digital bookshop. So again, I propose that we familiarize ourselves with what is this digital workshop. I mean, what is the vision
Bookshop.
behind it? Bookshop, yes. What do we intend to do? And so on and so forth. And then we set a few ground rules. Like definitely when people join for the first time, this also happened with us. Somebody will want to know, what do I stand to gain from it? How will we be compensated for maybe the time that we shall have spent here? And so I'd asked him that majorly for this Saturday, if the meeting peaks, then I would want him to do more of the facilitation. So for me, when the meeting would start, I would just come in and do what I have just done today, give an overview of what KDA online bookshop vision would be like. Then I would want Mr. Pius now to come in and address these people and tell them, this is what we want to do, this is how we will conduct it, and what do we stand to get out of it, and so on and so forth. And so he had proposed that now we divide, at least we assign all of us some work. And I think from there you can notice Noella had said that, what were you supposed to do? Noella, maybe they are not matching you supposed to. Number 3.
Yeah, they are
Okay.
not much.
Yeah, setting out of the ground rules and the way
Yes,
forward.
way
And then
forward.
I'd asked that there will be a session of question and answer. Maybe Kibet will be in charge, but any of us should be able to come in and answer those questions. And for any of us to come in and answer those questions, it means that you must be very familiar with what all this issue of Kiswate Digital Academy is. So somebody may ask you, what is it? What is the reason behind it? Why was it started? Where has it been any of benefit to anybody? So let us, I think that's probably why Mr. Pass was sharing with us those past bulletins, so that we know the work that has gone ahead already, and that we should be able to defend such and own it. We have to own it now that we are already here. And so if we familiarize ourselves and he sets the ground rules and even tell them how they stand to benefit, then from there now, they will now see whether they want to onboard, or by the definitely some people after that, they may even opt to get out. So maybe now from the next Saturday, now we can train those who will be willing to come in. So that is what prompted my intention of changing that work plan. Then the rest would remain as they are. And as they remain as they are, I know Noella is very comfortable with the interpretation of curriculum designs. It was Oduor that I was looking for.
Yes.
Oduor, I'd given you this bit of mainstreaming the values, skills, and PCIs of CBC in the content. It is usually not a very easy one. Noel can bear me witness, because some of these things will not come out material. You're not going to see where somebody is saying that we are now mainstreaming these. Things like values are things that are supposed to be caught over time. You see, when you teach children to be responsible, you don't go to class and tell them, be responsible. But it's probably the way they carry out the activities that will tell you that these people have already caught the, the value of responsibility, the value of integrity. So those are the things that I was intending that you would be able to talk about. But the beautiful thing is that we don't want to cast these things on stone. Even when I'm doing the presentation, whatever the Saturday, I'd even ask Noella to do a part of it. And so when you're presenting with Goor, it will not just be you. It can be you, it can be Noella, or it can be me. Of course, Eric will give us the backup of everything of ICT, now that for him, hii mambo ya kufunza is not so much into it. And so, because we are going to give you ample time, I think as per this work plan, you are coming, tarehe ngapi huko sasa? It is almost huko 19th, 19th of October. I think by then you shall have been able to try and find out what it entails.
Yes,
But
yes.
should it give you a challenge, then we can even share it out. Naila can do a bit of it, I can do a bit of it, and then you pick a bit of it. What I
That is
want is,
actually. Mm,
I want all of us to get involved, so that it
mm,
does
Yes.
not appear like it is only one person who is doing this. That's
Yes.
my thinking.
We have to
okay.
overlap.
Mm. Kwanza hiyo ya Mr. Kibet, my idea was if these people will be able to be with us for those like 3 to 4 Saturdays, then you can be sure those are people who are ready and very willing to work with us. And if they're willing to work with us, then we just give them a simple writing. I'm sure Tibet will be able to develop a tool of how they can do a write-up maybe for 2 hours, and then they submit by the end of that session. So we may not really go into it and read and know that this is it, but the fact that somebody shall have taken his or her time and submitted already tells you that this is somebody who is willing to be here. So
Yeah,
those are the
I,
criteria that, yes.
I agree with you. Once we have those assignments, also we'll know their capabilities.
Mm.
Yeah.
And partly that is what Pius had suggested as a tool that will help us to eliminate. So whatever he was calling the interview for him are not those traditional forms of interviews where you invite somebody and tell us your background, what. They're just those stages of what we will ask. Let us now do this. If somebody is not going to do it, then already that is already a method of elimination. Like he says, he asked them, can we join the meeting at 5? Then somebody wants to come at 5:30. For him, that is already somebody who is not willing to take part in the whole initiative. So he said that let's not expect some interview like now tumeita mtu hapa kwa panel one by one. It may not work like that. Is there any issue on that? Kama tuko sawa?
Tuko sawa, mimi niko sawa.
Iko sawa kabisa.
Mm, fine. Now, so we adopt our work plan as it is. Of course, we'll add some activities before. He says the real writing should, or the real content development should start in January. And around January, we would also want us to have
In December, it was reviewed.
in December.
Yeah,
Yes,
I
I told
thought it
you.
was reviewed.
Because he was also talking of some physical session for around 10 days. I don't know how practical that will be, but I don't know whether he'd be able to be around in the country at that time. But he had hinted that if things work out, then he would want to bring all of us on board, plus the developers who shall have onboarded the flight, so that we have some physical workshop for around 10 days, maybe outside towards wherever where the Kiswate digital academies are. So that of course is subject to confirmation from him. Now, I think we go to agenda 5, unless there's something that we want to add on that.
Oh, there's something that is coming to my mind.
Yes.
I can see that schedule is up to the 2nd of November. After the 2nd of November, what activities come afterwards now?
Yeah, that is what I was saying that you see, as we start, we may find issues that are arising that we need to address. So
Okay.
that's why I just developed a tentative one so that we get started. But maybe together as a team now, we will even be able to know what we need to add at what point, and whom do we need to bring in. Like in that tentative program, I've said we will bring a KICD officer just to reinforce. Because at the end of the day, if we develop an academic content for this nation, then we know that the only authority that has got the permission to approve them is the Kenya Institute of Curriculum Development. So that we whatever we shall have trained these people, let us get the affirmation from them, so that even our developers would be very sure that what we are telling them is really what is required by the institute, and that is what they would be looking for. So we had agreed with Mr. Pius that for stage by stage, at one point, we may need to look for those officials also to come in to see what we are doing and just to ensure, to keep us on track. So even that
Yeah,
one for KICD officer, I don't think I even said much about what that person will be able to discuss. But once we tell them our intention, then obviously for them, they will now be able to know what they need to give us as a deliverable.
yeah. Now, what is coming to my mind?
Mm.
After we've done that test, you said the open test for those people. Now, of course, we'll decide on who are coming on board. Isn't it?
Yes.
So, what next now? That means also there's something I saw somewhere about the page maker.
Mm-hmm.
It means those people need to know how to use the page maker. Isn't it?
Yes.
Yeah. So I think that is something that can be factored there. The training of on page
So
maker.
what would we call this? That is why, remember when I posted it, I wanted our input so that we see what can be added. So, there's some training that we need, but this training may come from the people that Mr. Pius keep on referring as the software engineers.
Yeah.
So this one, I don't know whether we will call it, I'm not sure, maybe you can give me the word, so that we can fit it in the program and we tell him that we need, but he had said that he's very ready, that he will train us on these ones.
Because
And I'm sure
there's something that we need to know, because us developing content is not a problem, but about the IT part of it, the page maker, those AI things.
Well, what is also, you remember in when he was asking us to schedule the meeting, the Zoom,
Mhm.
he had said that we schedule a meeting for Saturday, and then there was one that was coming as a Sunday
Yeah,
for
sure.
which you had sent me a text and I didn't respond because when I got back to him, he had said that meeting is for the software engineers. So, according to the vision bearer, for us, there are people who are working on the background, the people who are developing the app and ensure that testing the app and so on and so forth, which he said he already has. It's a team of around 10 of them. So maybe the person who will be working very closely with them for our team will be Kibet, because for him, Kibet will be here to support us on matters of IT. And so once the content is developed, then the software engineers will ensure that it is uploaded and all that story behind it, that we have a remote teacher and so on and so forth. But he had promised that he would also give us that training of those whatever Mr. Kibet is mentioning.
Okay.
But so I think it is just important. Unfortunately, seemingly is held up because he's even sending me a message right now. Let me respond to him. Mnaweza endelea. He has joined. Karibu Mr. Pius.
Yeah, I slept on the chair. So how many minutes am I late?
Actually, we thought you were held up in a meeting somewhere, but
No,
it is
no. I came early. I came like 30 minutes early, and I sat on the chair. Say, oh, let me relax here as I wait for the time to come. Then I slept off. I was just
it's
woken
okay.
up. So how many minutes am I late for the meeting?
I think you're late by around 1 hour, but it is well. The meeting, Kibet is
Oh,
already recording the meeting. I think the other part you'll be able to catch up with.
yeah, I'll catch up.
Mm. So
Okay.
we currently we have handled our almost the first three main agendas: the overview of the KD online bookshop vision. So we have had just
Mm,
bring up ourselves up to speed to see the reason behind the whole idea, so that we pick it
mm,
together and we own it.
mm,
Then we have agreed on our modalities of conducting our webinars moving forward. So we are agreeing that we are going to do 3 hours, and we have agreed on how we are going to conduct that. You'll be able to listen to it later. Now
mm.
we are at a point where we are reviewing our tentative work plan, and I have just
And
convened.
Did you people go through is it the mission or vision of KDA, which is many schools, one academy?
Yes.
That's our motto. Many schools, one academy.
Okay.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
We are going to be many schools, but we remain one academy. Okay.
Okay.
Yeah, go ahead. I don't want to interrupt much.
Yes. So we were at the point where we were reviewing our tentative work plan, and I've already explained to the team why we have rescheduled. Initially, I was supposed to start tomorrow. So I've said that tomorrow we are bringing in Mr. Piers as the vision bearer and the four of us to support, so that we bring our developers on board also to know the mission and the vision of the digital academy that we are going to have, and why are we developing the online bookshop app. So that is where we are. And now we have reached a point, now that you're even here, you are right on time. We were feeling that out of the activities that we have put in place, we wanted to fit one where the software engineers will also come in and just maybe to give us a feel of whatever you have kept on referring to as the Adobe what, and so forth. So I don't know whether it's possible that we schedule one of the Saturdays so that we have the training on matters of ICT.
Yeah, but it will depend on the schedule of the guy. I talked to the guy, and he said gonna look at his schedule, but he is an SDA. It can't be on a Saturday. It will be one of the afternoons on Kenyan afternoons on weekdays. That's what we agreed. The guy is very experienced. He used to be the deputy director in charge of technical design at Kenya Literature Bureau, and he retired and migrated to the US.
Okay.
Yeah, so he's very experienced. So what is going to happen is this. I'm trying to log into my computer. What is going to happen is this. Everybody, in fact, this should be the starting point tomorrow, so that we put off those who will just come. You know, what we are doing, we don't want people to log in using the phones. We want them to log in using the computer, so that we like remove those people that don't have a laptop, because the kind of job we are going to do, you can't do it without a laptop. So we want that to come out clearly. Now, in the laptop, we want everybody. If one of us can have Google Doc, and then we have everybody logging into that, just from the beginning, to see who has got the laptop and who is not. So yeah, we have the Google Doc, and then the rest of us are invited to Google Doc. You come in and type in something, because we want from the word go this to come out. So the guy of the Adobe, what is happening? You know, the Google Doc is very inferior. Word document is a very inferior type editor. It cannot handle the books. So we will have a team that everybody will be typing on Google Doc. This is the bare minimum. No writing using hands, no writing using a word editor and standalone word editor on your desktop. It is Google Doc. And in the team of three, Margaret, you should have access to all the 31 working groups. In fact, all the four of you should have access to all the 31 working groups. I'm trying to log in so that I have that I demonstrate that. Let me see if I'm able to put on to put on my Wi-Fi, if it is on mobile hotspots and something. So okay, so it was off. Let me put it on. Still log in using it. So still log in. Give me a few minutes for this to go through. I need this to go through. So yeah, I'm now logged in. Let me see from the WhatsApp. From the WhatsApp, we have my Zoom on the laptop is taking too long, so I'll leave it. So let me go on to I wanted to share my screen, but it's taking forever. But let me go on the WhatsApp, and I was looking for Rose Deborah. I wish my Zoom would let me do away with it and start again. So everybody has got the credential to the Zoom account. Is there anybody who doesn't know, have not logged in using the Zoom account? Because when you are logging in for the first time, it will ask you for a code. And next time when you log in, it doesn't require that code. So it is important that each one of you logs into the Zoom account so that I get that notification. I'll let you in so that next time you can start the meeting on your own. I'm now on Zoom. I'm almost joining the meeting. Just bear with me using the laptop. Yeah, it's coming out. So Kiswati Digital Academy. This meeting was initially supposed to start at 9, right?
Yes.
Okay, let me join. Okay. So I'm now joined. Okay, I'm going to log out from the phone. So that I show you what I wanted to show you. Okay. So when we're in the meeting, I want Margaret, you have not set up your virtual background. And I want the virtual background for everybody, for each one of us, to be the logo, the Kiswati logo. Is there anybody here who does not know how to set up a virtual background so that I take you through?
Maybe you can just take us through.
Okay, these things are very simple. We need to review how to use the Zoom. The tutorial is there. When you go to Zoom, all the tutorials are there. So what we are going to do, let me go to Kiswate website. You just go to Kiswate website like this. Yeah, you see the Kiswate website? Are you there? Hello?
Yeah, we are seeing your screen.
Okay, so you can see the Kiswate website, and I have the Kiswate logo here, all right?
Mm.
And one of the whatever here, menu here, I have Kiswate programs, and then you have Digital Academy. When you click the Digital Academy, we are trying to put the schools, even the telephone number of those schools. And this simply means schools under Kiswate program. We have them here, and we are supposed to list more, even the telephone number for the deputy principal. This is very helpful. Maybe you want to make a telephone call, and the main one you want to pay attention to is at Anne's Segagal, because this is where everything will happen. And do I have it here? Ukwala High School, Lefunga, then St. Paul's, then St. Anne's Segagal is not there. It's not there. We're going to add them with time. So the other schools are here. They even have a video. So my accuse, who is here, the congratulatory message from the board is all here. When you're making a presentation, you can be making reference to this. Huh? It's all here. And when you are there, you can go to the accuse, who is who, makers list. And then you can also go to link number 1 here. If you go there, so this is makers list. These are the people that I'm gonna dine with, and the lists are here, and it's listed from 1900, where we had the Wright brothers. 1900, 1890 here. I don't know all these people. And then in 1900, the only people I know here, the Wright brothers, people discovered the plane and flew for the 9 seconds, and then they died. Then you come all along in the 60s, we have people like Martin Luther King. We have Maya Angelou. We have Muhammad Ali. We have Malcolm X. We have, those are the only people that I know in the 1900s. I'm looking for Martin Luther King in the 1960s. Martin Luther King he was not recognized in the 1960s, maybe later. So I have Bill Gates and Paul Allen. Then when you move further, the list becomes familiar. We have Whitney Houston. All of us know who Whitney Houston is. Then in 1990s, we have Bill Clinton. Bill Clinton. Then those others, I don't know who they are. Then when you come to the 2000, we have Barack Obama here. We have Al Gore. We all know who Al Gore is. He was the vice president during the Bush administration. For Condoleezza Rice, a powerful Minister of State during the Bush administration, W. Bush. We have Oprah Winfrey. We have Tiger Woods, and then you move on. Can you hear me?
Yes.
Can everybody hear me?
Yes.
Yeah, we have Elon Musk the Great. Yes, this one, he sold eggs in the street of South Africa before he went to America as an international, Canada international student. Then he transferred to the state of Penn State, that's Pennsylvania State University. And then now he's one of the richest men in the world. He brought Starlink internet in Kenya. So we have another person that I know here, no? Then when we come to the 2000, this is 2010, then we come 2020 and 20 now. This is now, we have people like Beyonce, We have people like Joe Biden. He's still the president of the United States. We have people like Kamala Harris, Katonje Brown. We have Melinda Gates. We have Nancy Pelosi, the speaker, the speaker of the U.S. Congress. Then we have, so here we have Van Jones. My name is now supposed to appear after Van Jones, but I'm not in this category. I'm one step below these people. Now, when you look at these names here, there are very few Africans. There are very few Black people. Even the picture here, we only have Barack Obama, and then we have Martin Luther King. There are very few Black people. So my recognition is actually an honor to the continent of Africa and also to the Black people. If you go to the corporate world here in America, very few Black people, very few Black people. And I'm one of those Black people in the list. Now, somebody might ask, it's important, let me just digress a little bit. It is important that you understand this. That how comes he's saying he's a listee, and his name is not there. So the people you are seeing here, you have Jeff Bezos here, the man behind Amazon, and yet we can't see his name. So this list here is called Maker's List. Maker's List, most influential people over 125 years. This is the list here. Then below this list, they are arranged in terms of ranks. Below this list, we call what we call honorary listee. So my name is under honorary listee. So if you go back to the website, where's the website? It's not this one. Oh, the website. You go back to the website. I can't get the website. I want to go back to the website, but I don't know if I go back like one step. Yes, here is the website. When you look at my badge here, let me. Are you able to see the badge?
Yes,
Yes.
yes.
Are you there? Yes, it's honored listee. So honored listee is one step below maker's list. So what we are reading is maker's list. But if you people can make Kiswahili Digital Academy a reality, and then it's adopted by everybody in Kenya and it's spread like bushfire, I will now be elevated from the honored listee to maker's listee. That is what we are trying to do. So when you come here, on one of these links, no, oh, not that. That's not what I wanted. Let me go back. The third one, I think it's the third one. It's taking time to load. Yeah, give it time. So when this is the letter, can you all see the letter?
Yes.
Yes.
And asks you, who is Pius Odhiambo? Who is the person behind the Kiswahili Digital Academy? This is the part of the website you need to go to. So when you look at this letter here, this is the link you need to give. And maybe let me put it there. When you look at this here, and I enlarge it, you see the date, July 19th? Hello?
Yes, yes.
Yes.
Hello? Yes. And you see my
Yes.
name here. That's my, and you can read it all the way down up to the end. So this is what you need to show them. So to get there, you simply need to take this, and I'm gonna put it on the WhatsApp. If somebody asks you who is Pius Odhiambo, you need to give him this link. Or when you are making presentation, this is the link you need to take the person to, and after you take the person to that link, you will be able to answer that. So I will go back here, and the best link is this one. It's not even the one I've given you, because this one has got some literature, some writing, the board. Recall of Kiswahili of Digital Academy, or of Kiswahili recognize me by putting that either. And my name is going to be there forever, even if 200 years after my death, my name is still going to be there. And if you are working with me, I'm going to list your names in these websites, your photo, whatever you. So my name is going to be with you there. My name is going to be with your name there. When somebody is reading about me, reading about Kiswahili Digital Academy, it will read along with your name. So I've given you the links how to get there. So allow me to digress, because this is important. You are new here. It's important that you know this. Now, the main thing is this. How do I, apart from the letter, how do I prove to somebody that I'm actually in this database? So this is what you do. You come here. Do you see the login?
Yes, yes.
Yeah, you click here, login. And of course, they gave me a password and a username. My internet is very slow. I have my password. See, this is my email address. All of you have been sending me an email using that email address. And I have my password. All these people have been honored. They are honorary listees, people you see behind there. Then I say log in or sign in. So I sign in. This is live. This is online, guys. I'm not faking. So do you see my name?
Yes.
Yes, yes.
Yes.
Yes. And my company is called Blue Nile Analytica. This is a sister company to Kiswati. Kiswati is the charity arm of my initiatives. But Blue Nile Analytica is the, how do you call it? Is where I make my money, is where I make my money. But Kiswati is charity. When I'm doing Kiswati, I don't need to make any money, because that's the charity arm of my initiatives. So Blue Nile Analytica is my company. If you click here, if you go here, and say analytica, like this. Whenever I go for interview, I always say this, because it gives me some bonga points. When you go for any interview and you mention Kiswate or Blue Nile Analytica in the interviews, it gives you some bonga points. So this is the Blue Nile Analytica. We have beautiful video of, I think, 59 seconds talking about what Blue Nile Analytica is. Before you go to bed tonight, please go and watch that 1 minute video. Yeah, is this here? Is this here? Let me just play it a little bit. I don't know whether you people will be able to hear. Are you able to hear? I know it is from very far away, but so long as you're able to hear something. Are you able to hear? Are you able to hear some sound from very far away?
Yes,
Yes.
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 Yes. If I shared it as a sound, it's supposed to be clear, but I don't have time for that. So let me just play it a little bit so that it is captured in the recordings. It's just one minute. Oh, it looks like. Oh, yes.
And we're back in third quarter planning. Adams quarterbacking this project.
Okay. I don't know what has happened. Let me go back. This is not the video I wanted. I don't know why it took me to that video. I was Blue Nile Analytica. It's nice play music in the background. Can you stop? Yeah.
Professionals in the job market. The company
Yeah, there we
Blue
go.
Nile Analytica empowers institutions and individuals in Africa meet the global demand for data science professionals in the job market. The company aims to propel Africa towards the data revolution era. We offer training to university students, tertiary institutions, and highly motivated high school students. Lunai has qualified, well-trained technical instructors and experienced data scientists who will take you through the training. Lunai Analytica offers certificate, diploma, and postgraduate courses in data science and postgraduate diploma in artificial intelligence and machine learning. We also offer free virtual courses in Python programming, Python for data science, advanced Excel functions, basic statistics with NumPy. Registration is ongoing. To register, visit our website, www.bnaanalytica.org.
So we offer the training free. And I can say, apart from my work with the Air Force, United States Air Force Research Lab in Shalimar, Florida, and the Bachelor of Data Science at the Open University of Kenya, I was appointed by His Excellency the President himself through his working committee. And I think they paid me something small that was not up to my equivalent in the work I did. And I get disappointed and donated the money to charity. I wish I'd retained it. I could have used it to pay you guys. So Kiswahili Digital Academy is actually the first practical product of Blue Nile Analytica. So as you work here at the KDA, be aware that there's another company that is handling the software engineering part of Kiswahili Digital Academy, and that is the Blue Nile Analytica. Now I've said I'm done with that. I'm just having an overview so that if somebody asks you who is Pius Odhiambo, you know where to take all the kind of links to send to that person. And then now the Digital Academy, I've already talked about that. Schools under Digital Academy, you can have the principal's email here and their telephone number, and there's even their videos here. I'm wondering why St. Anne Senegal is missing from this list. We're gonna update this list to have all the schools here. So all the information is here. If you visit one of the, let's say like for St. Mary's Ukola High School, where I went to school, we have the principal, deputy principal. Here, you'll get the video. This is the deputy principal. He was in KU during the time I was there, but he was far much ahead of me. Yeah, so all the videos are there. You can go there and get them. And these videos have been posted here with their consent. Next, I'll be hosting your photos and videos. It is on
this day, I want to celebrate a partnership with Kiswahili Independence, and the many good things Kiswahili is doing to our boys here and the school in general. I do want to appreciate the support, particularly given to our bright and needy children who are interested in pursuing their skills and nurturing themselves in Kiswahili. Kiswahili has supported so quite a number of boys here, and they are doing well. We do celebrate that partnership. Even the new venture where the Form 1s are being supported through journalism to build up their skills in Kiswahili. It's a venture I want to applaud and honestly thank the founder of Kiswahili for what he's doing. Thank you so much for the support you've given to the school, even in terms of infrastructural development and general support to the boys. We've had talks, we have had motivation coming from the team leader of Kiswahili, and we do appreciate it. May God bless you abundantly. Thank you.
Yeah, that was a video recommendation. And those of you who work with the TSC, if you upload your video here or you have done something, we go for TSC interview for the promotion. You need just to provide that link in your application. That is an evidence that you are having your partnership with the community is another level, and that's something that the TSC embraces. So when you see me asking for your photos and your videos, and I put on the website, leave alone the YouTube channel, I put them on our website, you can turn those particular small things you are doing, like the meeting here,
It's being recorded. I'm going to download it and put it on our YouTube channel, then publish it on our website. Those small things, when you go for your promotion at the TSC, don't take them for granted. Don't take them for granted. They can earn your promotion from one job to the other. I've had people who, because of their participation in my initiative, in 1 year, they get promotion 3 times at the TSC. And they implement that using the job group and what have you. So even if you work as a charity, your pay sometimes your pay has just been postponed. Something can happen that you are paid in advance, even though it is that you worked without pay, something like that. I'm not saying you're going without pay, but just in case. Now, he was celebrating the partnership with Kiswate. He's a deputy principal. We were in the college at the same time. When I was a first year, he was the 4th year, and he is the former deputy principal for St. Mary's School, Yala, and he's also, I don't know, this type of drama and music festival. He has been one of the topmost teachers for 5 years in a row, stuff like that. So he's now a deputy principal of a school I went to, a school in my village. And that is very nice. Margaret, when people will be coming for Kiswati meetings and you're moderating, and then all of a sudden you go back to school and you find a letter that you have been transferred from Mufafa Jericho High School to Moi Forces Academy on promotion. Just know that you did a good job on whatever you are doing, because these people, they have keen interest on what I'm doing. They attend my meetings incognito. Even the Kiswahili Tekelezi Forum, they are there in incognito using their children's names, using pseudonym. They don't want to be known. In that group, you have vice chancellors of university, both in Kenya and in the Americas. We have CEOs of companies. They are following what we are doing. They are following what we are doing and seeing how they can use it for their competitive advantage. So all the resources are here. Make sure during your free time, you familiarize yourself with the Kiswati website. Now, all of you are teachers. When we start making money or when we have money, you people have joined the company when we are down, or in terms of finances. But also when we had calamities, the passing on of my mother-in-law and what have you has taken a lot of money from me. So come here, resources here, and you have a small group in your schools, those who are teachers, a small group in your school, maybe a group of 5 or a group of 10 or 20, you want to take them for a trip and they're having a problem. The principal is not releasing the money. So this one, you click this application form for the scholarship. This one is for sports funding application. This one is for lunch program. This one is conference funding. And this one is community service application form. So you want your team, your small group, part of your, maybe a team of 5, a team of 10, you want to take them to Nairobi City for a conference or for a tour, just a small group, principal releasing money. You just come here and click download. And when you click download, the form appears. And because you are my topmost staff, very productive, you just come and list all the students here and say, hey, Mr. Paz, next week, I have a group of 10 students. I want to take them to Nakuru and we don't have money. Is there any way you can help? I go back to your profile and just look at your productivity level. If your productivity level is in good terms, I say, oh, approved. How much have I awarded Margaret Tombe? 20,000 or 30,000 to take students for picnic. So to get that information, you just come here to the website and you click here, media and resources, and then you come here, resources, and you have all the forms even for the scholarship. Or one student who is needing your school, you want him to join Kiswati Scholarship Fund so that he doesn't drop out of school. We are very big in charity. We are an authority when it comes to charity. So about us, that is that. About us, You click that and you read that, who we are. Yes, you read this, you're gonna know who we are. When did we start? We are 4 years old. We started in the year 2020. That is well captured there. And the one I wanted to really show you guys is our team. Our team, my profile is there. You move on, we have my CEO there. We have Mr. Community Coordinator. This guy did a lot, but we are forced to suspend him because of some issues that did not go well. Then we have also this guy volunteer life like that. When you go to Balloon Island Analytica, let me go back to Balloon Island. What I'm doing is very, very important. You must be, no, when you go Balloon Island Analytica, there are courses here that you can take. When these courses are on, if you stay with us and we start offering these courses, you have to stay in class, I'll be offering these courses for you free of charge. Free, and even paying for you the certification so that you have the data component to make you do well in your areas as a teacher. Data is everywhere. So the courses are there. Also be able to manipulate data in a database. Right now we are using Excel, which is primitive form of database. Now about us, this is where I wanted to go to. So we'll be listing your names, and it's taking a long to load. Your photographs, your qualifications on our website, on the Kiswati Digital Academy, not on the Balloon Island Analytica. How is this important? You are in a seminar, if people are doing the introduction or on a WhatsApp group, you don't need to type. You just come here, about us, and then it's not loading. I don't know why, and this is very important. That's why I digressed. Let me try accessing through here. It's not loading, or my internet is there, so it's not about the internet. So when you click here during your free time, the photos of the people that were the pioneers in this will pop up. It's not popping up. One of them is Moses Olonde, who is a brother of ours who have since gone to be the Lord. He finished the training, but he did not live long to enjoy the rewards of his hard labor. Yes, he's loading pole pole. So when you come here in the Kiswati Digital Academy, your names and photographs and videos will be listed here. Like when I go in mine, I wanted to click. Yeah, it's loading. So these are the people that we're gonna help you. They are the third person. We have the lead curriculum developer, and then we have the university student, and then we have the Kiswati person. So these are the people that are gonna help you. Moses Olonde is here. Moses Olonde is here, still here. Yeah, the photo is loading. So when you click on the profile like mine, it gives you whom I am and my qualifications. So if it is a WhatsApp meeting, people are doing introduction, you don't need to type again. We're gonna do that for all of you. You just go click, copy, and paste. That is one way. So when you read that, it will give you my qualifications, my profile, what I do. And I've not added that I worked with the United States Air Force, because that is very recent. And we can copy and paste. And alternatively, you can also go there where is it? I want to close this. Where, yeah, is it this one? No, that is Kiswati. Oh, let me use the one for Kiswati. You can also go there, and instead of copying and pasting, Margaret, there's another way on how to do it. You come here, this link, you click it like that, and then you copy, and then you come here, and then on the WhatsApp group where we are, or where you are having the meeting, that is Mr. Pius Odhiambo, or that is Margaret Sombre. So that, and it saves you from a lot of typing and a lot of typing stuff like that. Now, before I hand over the meeting back to Margaret, I don't know whether what she wanted me to do. You wanted me to do something, but I had my own plan. So I want anybody with questions on how to access our profile, who we are, the team on both websites. Anybody with a question or something to be clarified? I don't know. Anybody with a question? Something to be clarified? There's no. So that means everything is clear. So I was
we'll
at that
continue
point.
practicing. We'll practice so that we ensure that we are up to it.
Yeah. This is very, very important. And actually tomorrow, when you invite me to introduce myself, I'll just take people through. Take people through this. But at least you need to know how to get to the website to log in. Before you go to bed or tomorrow, before you come to the meeting, try getting access to the Kiswati .org and also getting access to bnanalytica.org. Those are very, very important website when you are doing the demonstration. Point where I was to tell you to log into the database, and I think I logged into the database, and I wanted to continue with that. But technology, I don't know why that is appearing. Let me see if it is this. No, it's not that. Not this one. No. If it is, I can't get it already uploaded. Yes, I got it now. This is where we were, Noella. This is where we were. And by the way, when you are making a virtual presentation, for 18 minutes, you need to check for understanding and feedback whether the students are with you. Otherwise, you degenerate from being a teacher to those who imitate what teachers do. Margaret, whenever you go to class, don't degenerate into that teacher who imitates what teachers do. People who imitate what teachers do are the lecturers. They don't care whether the students are with them or not, whether the students are following or not. So you are checking for understanding. If you are a teacher that does not imitate what teachers do. But now when you're making a virtual presentation, Mr. Kibet, you need to check for understanding. That is why I'm calling Margaret several times. And when Margaret is saying yes, responding, I know, oh, Margaret is alert, he's with me, he's not autopilot. When I call Kibet 5 times and Kibet is not responding, he's not typing on the chat, he's not saying yes, I'm not hearing any sound, but the assumption I didn't ask you to respond. The assumption I'm likely to make is that he's on autopilot. And when I'm calling Eric Oduor, and Eric Oduor is not showing me his video when I ask for his video, what I mean that Eric Oduor is an autopilot. Presentation in a virtual environment is an art that you learn. And when you start your meetings, I'm going to show you another trick that you need to do when you start your meetings to check for presence. Yeah, I'm now convinced that Eric Kibet is with me, but I'm not convinced whether Eric Oduri is with me or whether Noella Nyandenga is with me. Because as soon as I started speaking 20 minutes ago or 15 minutes ago, not even a single evidence that they are following. Yeah, and
We are
this,
following. I'm following.
this has been noted with people. So when I'm making presentation, please, Talk to me. Interact
Okay.
with me.
We are going to
Prove me
engage you.
Okay, anyway, that is by the way. So we are here in the library. This is my Bible from
Okay.
accusing and my Bible, they're going to activate it to the public. It has not been activated. They are still working on it. Now, you can, my account here, you can come here, my favorites. You can have a daily profile view. Everything is there. I can come here, general, view my biography, my general, and kind of view my biography like this. So I'm a data scientist and a philanthropist. All this education, where did I go to school? Everything is there, and none of that is fake. None of that is fake. The certifications that I have, the area of expertise, they say data analytics, artificial intelligence, and machine learning, the position and responsibility duties. In that, whatever I put the one that I was there at the United States Air Force. Their organization in America, even the American themselves, they can't qualify for those positions. Working, they are in the military in America. In America, there are two arms of the military that if you are lucky to work with them, not even as a uniformed officer, just as a civilian, it could be even a sweeper, a cleaner, and you put that on your resume, and some employers are looking at them. It's like you have already been hired on the spot. One of them is the U.S. Marines. U.S. Marines is the most prestigious arm of the U.S. military, and is for the top notch who is who in the academic arena in America. And they recruit from the high school. They take the cream de la cream in the high school in the whole of the United States, U.S. Marines. The second one is the United States Air Force. And in the United States Air Force, we have what we call the United States Air Force Research Lab, where everything happens, Now, when you go back to this here, and let me, we have a YouTube channel called BN Analytica. BN Analytica, like that. This is online, guys. This is online. This is live. This is live. I'm not faking anything. All these videos you are seeing here, this is live. So when I click on it, let me click on it. I click on the videos. And this is where I do mentorship. I get people, I train them, mentor them on data science. We take them for the training, we give them scholarships, God willingly, and we take them for the training and they become data scientists, they get jobs. So this is where it happens. So I'm looking for that video for the United States Air Force Research Lab. I can't, it's not popping up. My algorithm is failing me out. That's me chewing sugarcane. Let me look for it manually. Oh, what is happening? Why is this video not coming up? Videos. Let me search it. Wait. From Drosophila. If you have taken biology, you must know this one. Melanogaster. I'm not wasting time, guys. It's very important to state of the art UAVs. Able to get it? Yes. But I'm not getting, I don't know why it's not popping up. Oh, United States Air Force Research Lab. Very disappointed if I can't get this video. That is the latest video I uploaded. Why am I not, if I come here on, that team is loaded, that's the team. There's Nicholas Juma here. Some of you might know, there's Vivian there, some of you, and Celine So might have known them. So I have to get this video, just bear with me. I have to get this video and play it for you as part of my introduction. I have to get this video and play it for you. Okay, I'm getting it from my phone. I'm from my phone. I remember having shared it with Amatesha recently. So let me just Google Amatesha. Even on my phone, I can't Google Amatesha. What is happening? Amatesha. Are you people able to hear me?
Yes, yes.
Loud and clear.
Yeah, so because sometimes if the network is down, then what is happening happens. So Rose, this is Amatesha. Amatesha is very good. So let me just copy. Unfortunately, I can't get it from there. What about if I go to the Telegram? I really need to get this. The Telegram. No, I'll get the video and share it with you. Or at
I
this
think
time,
you
I've
can
given
get it
up.
and share on the wall so that we can watch
Yeah,
it.
I can get it
Yeah,
and share.
consult.
Yeah, and but I wanted to play it here so that it's captured.
Okay, okay.
It is captured on the recordings. That's the reason why I'm really looking for it. I don't believe in giving up. Let me try one more time. I don't believe in giving up. Let me try one more time. For one last time. I don't expect it to be here, but I expect it to be this other side where I have the Blue Analytica in. Blue Analytica. Okay, one more time. VN Analytica. Maybe I made it private. Maybe I made it private. That is why it's not being seen because of the sensitivity, all the materials that are there. So let me do it for my phone. Yeah. Yeah, I think now I'm going to get it because I've gone to switch account. And down here, I have BN Analytica. I've even gained 5 subscribers. That is great. Somebody might have gone viral somewhere. So when I have that one, Now I go here, manage videos. And yes, I got it now. Let me share it on the WhatsApp group. Oh, KDA app. And I think I might have made it private or unlisted. That is, so this is the video. Allow me to play it, part of it, so that it's captured on the recording, because we're going to share this recording. Again, it's not playing. What is happening? They don't want something doesn't want me to. Yeah, there you go. So please listen and listen carefully.
Okay. Okay.
Are you able to see the video, the picture?
Yeah. Yes, yes.
Are you able to hear the sound?
Sound not yet.
But were you able to hear the sound?
Yes,
So
the
let me
previous.
start again. Yeah, okay. I'm playing the sound. And listen carefully. What's happening? So the project I was given at the United States Air Force is I was given a fly. It's a very peculiar fly. It is not native of the United States. It is imported from some other regions to study the brain of that fly and then convert it into a drone. UAVs are a layman language for a drone or a plane that is used by the men in uniform. So that is the assignment I was given. So at the end of it, when I opened my mouth and I speak English with a deep African accent, and then I was also the only black. There I looked around to my left, everybody else is white. To my right, everybody else is white. I'm the only black. So when I start working, most of the time they look down upon me, oh, this is just another black, an ordinary black. Now, but at the end of the day, and when I suffer that kind of catastrophe, I always keep a low profile and focus on my job. And at the end of the day, when people are now giving briefs on what they have done or the deliverables, we are now winding the overall boss want to know what each and every person has done. That's now when I come out. So when they gave me this thing to do, I kept a low profile throughout the 3 months. And then towards the end, they realized that I've done something peculiar that nobody else has ever done. And then they put me, I went there driving for 2 days with my car. And then they decided now to put me in a plane to come back to Washington, D.C., to come and make this presentation, the Department of Defense. And we are so many of us. I was not the only one giving the presentation. We were like 168 people recruited all over the United States, all the 50 states. I was the only one from my state, from the state of Maryland, that got that chance, and the only one from my university. Now, when I started the presentation, my stand or my exhibition attracted who is who in the military, now at the headquarters. And they told us not to record them, but they were on the background. And I asked one of my peers, whenever I walk, I don't walk alone. I walk with a team of people. Some are my journalists, some are my PAs, some are in charge of different places, and I pick at random. So Margaret, the next time I'm having a big thing happening in Kenya, and I pick you to be my PA, please don't refuse. It comes with the benefits. Okay, bet. And I pick you just to carry my briefcase. Please don't refuse, because there are benefits associated with that. For example, out of what I've done outside here, if the Kenyan government decides to honor me and give me HSC, honor of state commendation, and I'm going to the state house to pick up my to pick up my medal, and then I decide that Noella, because of your outstanding performance at Swati for the few days you have been here,
Yes,
you are the one who is going to carry my briefcase for that.
I will
Don't
go.
refuse. You will go. You have to come. you have to come, because that is where we expand our network. So this video here is only 18 minutes. And I just want to do the part of it so that you understand what is happening. The rest you need to watch on your own. Okay, let's go. That is the fly. It is not a native of America. Americans like to be put on a plane to go to other continents to come and collect it. So this is my supervisor. It's called Dr. Jimmy Touma, PhD. After realizing my potential, he has decided to give me a full scholarship. You can be offered you are doing a PhD. But I was already on another PhD program also with them. But the stipend here is better than the one I had. But now at this level, to keep Margaret on payroll, I don't want to live on stipend. I just want to do a job. I just want to work full time. So Jimmy Touma, a very good man. He's planning to come to Kenya soon.
Okay.
Are you people hearing, or it is too low? Because I'm not sharing this as a voice.
It does.
Are you
The
people
sound
hearing?
is
Huh?
the sound echo.
I've stopped it, but were you hearing before?
No,
No.
we are able to see the video, but not the sound.
Okay, the sound, I want you to watch the sound before you make presentation, because there's a way.
My research facility
Ah,
is
ndio
at
hiyo
the
sasa.
Oh, now you get it. Okay, let me
Yes,
start
yes.
again.
Mm.
You are now hearing, right? You are now hearing the sound?
Yes, yes.
Yes. Oh, that's good. Now, Kibet, you are doing a PhD. When you are making a presentation, please, in your presentation, the first few seconds, give an overall overview of what you are trying to do, from where you are coming from to where you are going, so that people can visualize what will happen in the next video. If you lose your audience in the first few seconds, then nobody will watch your video. Then nobody will pay attention to your presentation. That is why I'm insisting on this. It's like a training for all of you. If you are making presentation tomorrow, you need to calculate these skills. It's not just appearing in front of an audience and then you are opening your mouth and producing a sound. No, you need to keep this audience motivated throughout. Yeah, I'm very sorry for using that word. I'm very sorry for that using that word. And these are the skills. Yeah, I'm very sorry for using that word. But these are the skills that you need to cultivate. In the interviews in America, they allocate 5 marks. Even when you go to TSC, don't just say, oh, I'm a good orator, I'm a very clear, I can make presentation. No. Can you give the first 5 seconds? Can you give a summary of what you are going to tell those people so that they know what to expect? This is what is happening here. This is what is happening here. Okay, are you able to hear the sound?
Yes.
Okay, so you look at the way I'm starting. I'm not starting, my name is this. No, thank the audience, appreciate them. Thank you very much, and thank you for coming to my stand or my exhibition, because there are 200 exhibitions. They had the option to go and visit those exhibitions. But why have they decided to come to my stand? You need to appreciate them. We start before you say your name. Make the audience feel great. Tomorrow you are making a presentation about our developers. Can you please make them feel appreciated? Make them feel great. Let them know that we value them. Let them know that they are a very important component of what we are doing. Don't scare them. Don't tell them, you people, you are just going to write the books. We have another team that is developing the real thing, the software, programming, software engineer. Don't intimidate them. So that is what I'm trying to do here. Let me rewind a little bit. Okay, let's go. They have known whom I am. Now I'm appreciating them.
And my research facility is at the Air Force Research Lab, AFRL, in Shalimar, Florida. I'm working under the guidance and mentorship of Dr. Jimmy Touma, who is a researcher at the Air Force Research Lab. My research topic is designing the neural network on the functional logic of the Drosophila melanogaster brain. Drosophila melanogaster is the scientific name for the fruit fly. So this research is nature inspired, and we are inspired by the behavior of this particular insect. So the fruit fly is able to evade predators, navigate geography for egg lay, and perform advanced aerial maneuvers using a brain that consumes very little power and weighs milligrams. So we are comparing this with the state-of-the-art UAVs. So UAV is technical for the drones. And in this case, we are talking about the drones that are used by our men in uniform in the Air Force or in the military. So we find this exceptional and gives a lot of inspiration for improved systems. So in our research, we want to find out if the neural dynamics of the fruit fly can enable intelligent sensing. Now, how do we do this? So
Okay, I need to stop there because of time. So let me stop this. Yeah, everybody's face is there. Can I have the face for everybody so that I take a screenshot? Margaret, this is how you start your meetings. I'm going to take a screenshot. Let me wait for Nula. And this is what the founder is who.
Kibet is
What a
here.
founder, please. Can you put on?
Kibet
Yeah,
is
good.
here. He's already here.
Very good. Everybody is attentive. That's very good. Attentive. So this is how you start your meetings. You take a screenshot, and I hope you know how to use the snipping tool. Is there anybody who does not know how to use a snipping tool? That's a very basic tool that comes with Windows. I'll take you through that. When you are using a modern laptop or a modern computer, there's the Windows icon. So you click on that Windows, and there's a search icon, the search button. So you click on that, and then it gives you a facility to type. So when it gives you a facility to type, you type the snipping tool. Before you finish typing the word snipping, it will pop up. It will pop up. You click on it, and after you click on it, I don't know whether you are able to, you click on it, you come and drag it on, this is, let me, are you able to see my screen?
Yes.
So if I want to snip this, come here. Are you seeing my icon on the search button? Are you seeing the Windows icon? Maybe you are not able to see. You click on it. The demonstration is better when it is done physically. When it's done physically. So you can, when you watch this video, you'll see this. When you watch this video, you'll see this. You come here, mapping tool, and then you click on the plus sign, and then you snip like that. This is how you do the meetings. And then you copy and you go to the WhatsApp. When you are on the meetings, you make sure you are on WhatsApp on the desktop. Oh, this will explain again. I don't need it now. So you're on the desktop, and then you come to the group here. for the 100 participants, and this is what you type, huh? The meeting for KDA developers has started and all is well. And you know that person who is a late comer is going to see this. When he sees this message, you're going to hurry up because he's late, and then you paste the video like that. Whatever. Now, if you look at your WhatsApp for the KDA app consultants, are you able to see what I posted?
Yes.
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 So when you are the moderator for our meetings, that's how you start. Or you can give them 5, 10 minutes, 15 minutes. Once there's a quorum, you tell them, oh guys, we want to take attendance. And can you, all of you, have your video on so that they take attendance? If there are allowances, you even tell them our allowances today will be paid based on this screenshot. And you have the participants there. And then you go to this search button and you say sleeping tool, and Margaret, your PA is Eric Oduor. That
Yes,
is the
yes.
person who is going to pay balances. And this is what you do. You make it very easy for Eric Oduor to know who was in the meeting, even if he is away, because he has got access to the WhatsApp. And you post it here. You post what you captured here. Yes. Are you able to see the names of the participants?
Yes.
I'm just,
You're able
yes.
to see.
So what does that mean? The type of attendance which you can manipulate. Unajua you people, you are living in the Kenya of kitu kidogo, where somebody, when you attend those meetings of TSC, somebody is in Mombasa and the meeting is done in Eldoret, but his name is appearing, he's getting the allowances, 16,800 subsistence allowance per day for 10 days. But the person is in Mombasa. Here, there's no chance for that. When I'm doing that, it is being recorded live, and there are people who are watching. So, Margaret, if Eric Oduor is your cashier on that day, he doesn't need to be with you. He doesn't need to be with you. He can work for you remotely and support you in all your meetings. Those are the names. And of course, he has the M-Pesa number for all of us here, is the WhatsApp group. He just retrieved them and is paying. He's paying, and the meeting is going on, multitasking remotely. And this is very important. It scares those people who are, how do you call them? Those people who are not straightforward. Those people who believe that for you to be successful in life, you have to bribe. Inchi ya kitu kidogo. They have no room in our midst. So these are the small techniques that you use. With the time, it will sync and is going to be. So that's how we take attendance. Another way how we take attendance is this: when the number is too big, like I know Eric Kibet, I'm giving an assignment. I know you know this. You know how to make Google Forms, all right? Like the one we are using to capture data. Do you know how to do that?
Yes, I do.
Yeah, before you go to bed or before you go to bed, that is we want to take attendance when we are halfway the program. When Margaret is halfway in the program and people are just about to go to the break, you tell them, okay, please, during your break, spare some 2 minutes and fill for this form, that's our attendance. And then when they come back, you can send the Google form also to save your attendance. And also, when the meeting is finally over, you send the Google form and you take your attendance. And it should be a simple form. So the one I want you to make should have the following attributes. I think I'd given to Rose Deborah, but Rose Deborah seemed to be busy. Yes. Rose Deborah did not do it, so I'm gonna give this assignment to and Tibet. If you face a challenge, please don't spend the whole night doing. If you face a challenge, just let us know. Let us know if you face a challenge while doing this. So this is the last thing I'm posting, and then I hand over the meeting to Margaret. These are tools of trade that you need to have. So right now I'm having hello Quebec, not Australia. Quebec. And that is it. And everybody should know how to make a Google form. Oh, and Margaret, when you go back to school after your short stint here, 3 months, you should be using these tools to administer your cloud, stuff like that. That is when I'm going to be happy with you. So Tibet, help us have that Google form to be used in our meeting tomorrow. And since the meeting is in the evening, you don't need to do it tonight. You can just spare time even tomorrow to do it. Don't do it tonight because it's going to be too late. So these are the tools and the techniques that I felt that you must have before we go for our first meeting. So it was like a training, a compulsory training. It turned out very bad that I was late for an hour, but sometimes we have not been having sleep for 5 consecutive days, and the body was like it was the body was reacting. So I want to stop there. And before you continue, I want you people to react to what I've said. Since I took the microphone. I've said 1, 2, 3. I've been jumping over here and there. I want you people to react. A reaction can either be positive or negative. Yeah, each one of you to react before we continue with the agenda, or we terminate the agenda, or we stop the meeting. And there is one contentious issue we need to talk about before we go, and Margaret will welcome me to talk about that. And before we go there, I want one person, each one of you to spend at most 2 minutes to react to what I've said. So over to you people. Who is going to react first? Noella.
Okay, thank you. Thank you so much.
Yeah. Yeah. If you are using a lot of data, you can just put off the video so that the sound is clear. But if you are on a subscription, like Wi-Fi subscription, then you can just continue having your video so that I see the facial expression. And also, this is the importance of doing the meeting late night when people have gone to sleep. The network is clear, stuff like that. Here in America is in the day, during the day. I can see in your side is 11:17. The meeting has run over the time by 17 minutes, which is not good. I'm very sorry for that because I was late by 1 hour. Here it's 4 p.m. and 18 minutes. They are like 7, 8 hours behind in Nairobi. You people are about that. So, Margaret, what was it? Ella, when you were speaking, you put on the video. And when you are reacting, please check for press set. Call my name, and I need to respond to make sure that I'm replying. Okay, give me an assignment. And that assignment
Yes.
to show to you that I'm there. I'm yeah. Over to you, Noella. You're gonna react. Then second is gonna be Eric Rule. Then third, Eric Bet. Then fourth, last is going to be our supervisor, who wanna give a summary of all the reaction besides the so when you go to the meeting or an interview and you find the boss telling you, can you please react? my message, what is the speech today? What is he looking for? Actually trying
Checking for
whether
understanding.
you're checking for understanding. What are your takeaways? What are your takeaways? You're checking for understanding and also checking for presence. And what are your takeaways? You can be present, you can understand. What are your takeaways in my speech and in my presence? Over to you. Take it away, please, Noella.
Okay, thank you so
2 minutes,
much.
please.
Thank you so much, sir. I've actually you've taken us
Introduce
through.
yourself, please. For the sake of the video. You need to introduce yourself. What do you do? Who are you? What do you do for a living? And what is your technical background? And why are you here? For the sake of the video. Remember, this video will be watched even for you by your bosses where you're working. It will go viral. So that's how you go about it. Yeah, go ahead, please.
Okay, thank you so much. I'm Noel Awurnyandega. I'm a teacher by profession. I'm a curriculum expert and I've participated in developing materials for Kenyan curriculum. I'm so much delighted to be part of this team, Kiswate, because when I look at the background and how it started, it is basically forming the core of my interest in my subject areas. You've taken us through the profile through in the website, and up to now, I'm able to access most of the details that are there in the profile. More of what I've learned is the vision and the mission, where we have many schools in one academy. I've also learned about your achievement and the honorary that you've been given for excellency in your research and in your performance. You've also taught us about ethics when appearing for meetings, and also ways of enticing participants by not stressing them, by not scaring them. You've also talked about ways of checking for understanding if truly participants are engaged and they are getting what you're saying. Lastly, you've mentioned some of the tools that are very important in the meeting. Thank you so much.
Thank you. Next was Eric Yvette. Eric, are you there?
Is it me or Eric Odor?
Eric Yvette.
Okay, thank you.
And please put on your video. Our audience want to see your photo, your image.
Now maybe Eric Odor can start because so that I can go
Okay,
to a place
please
where
work
I
on
can.
that. We are not going to Eric Oduor. We are going now to the boss. Margaret. Margaret, are you there? Margaret is not there. Maybe she has taken a small break. Yes, Eric Oduor.
Okay, thank you very much. So my name is Eric Oduor, currently a teacher, going by what I do. And I would say that I'm so glad to join Kiswate digital team. Today's meeting was very fruitful. As a person, I have learned a lot. And I think Noella really has put it rightly. Noella has mentioned a number of items that really captured that I would possibly talk about. And in the process of sharing or taking part in this meeting now, I have actually realized that there is so much that I need to learn. As you are actually highlighting the content of the website, I realized that it is a rich website that is worth taking time to interact with. Actually, before the meeting, I didn't know that the website is that rich for both companies. That is the Blue Nile Analytica, has so much information, and the Kiswate Digital Academy website. I have realized it has so much information. Now, in the process of sharing, I also captured a bit of the skills, basically presentation skills. Some of the things that we really have to put in place, basically, as we give a presentation. So I just realized that most of the time, while giving a presentation, we rush into just beginning by just telling the audience who we are, and even in the process of presentation, we sometimes don't really take keen interest in making sure that our audience is actually kept concentrated on the subject of discussion. But in the process of sharing, I was able to understand the importance of making sure that our audience is actually kept engaged, and being able to be sure that they are actually following our presentation. So that was key. And then in the process of sharing, I was also able to realize that there are very many tools of trade that even as a team, we really have to familiarize ourselves with. And in fact, as a person, I would say that this is a great opportunity to explore IT, actually to update myself, because I realized there are very many tools that I've not really been using that I really have to update myself with, and just to familiarize ourselves with. So I think that is what I was able to capture for today. But one thing I've realized is that I really need to interact so much with our websites, and of course some of the tools that we really have to familiarize ourselves with. So I will personally take my time to interact with them. So it is a great opportunity. I think joining this team as a consultant, it's giving me a great opportunity to explore and even to learn more.
Thank you very much. Are you able to see my...
Sorry?
I think you're breaking. We're not able to get you properly. Hello, Mr. Pius. Are you able to get us? Is it my
Hello?
network? Are you people getting him?
No.
Yes, it's coming back.
No, it's my network.
It is
It's my
breaking
network.
up.
So are you able?
Oh, yeah. Now
Yeah,
I
it's
can
breaking
get
up. But are you able to see my background? Are you
Yes.
able to see
yes.
my background?
Yes, I
Yeah.
can see background.
So I've checked my background. That is how I want your background to appear tomorrow in the meeting. But it's late right now. But let me just demonstrate. So when you go to, before we go to the boss, when you go to Eric Kibet. Now, when you go to the video, there are two icons for the voice, which you can mute. Hello?
Yes.
Yes.
Hello?
Yeah,
You
we are
know the
getting
icon
you.
for muting and unmuting? You
Yes.
know the icon for muting and unmuting, right?
Yes.
Yes.
Then the second icon that is next is for the video. You can put on your video and you can remove your video, right?
Yes.
Yes.
So what you do, you need to have the logo, the Kiswate logo saved on your phone or on your desktop computer. And I'm gonna give you this logo on the WhatsApp. Immediately we finish, I'll give you this logo on WhatsApp. If you don't have it, you just go to website here and you snapshot. Like this one, I'll just snapshot. Let me, hold on, let me, I'm very sorry, guys. This meeting is gonna run until late. This is not my nature, but I have to be comfortable in the meetings tomorrow. Standards. So are you able to see my website? Hello?
We are seeing
Your
your
Everybody able
background.
to see the Kiswati web? No. I'm now sharing. I'm sharing my desktop.
Yes.
Are you able to
Yes.
see what I'm sharing? Yes.
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 On the top left corner, logo. You able to see that logo? On the top left corner of my website, on my screen, you have logo for Kiswati. Are you able to see that logo?
Yes.
That means that all of you are using a phone. You are not using a laptop. The
We
kind
are
of
getting
business
we
we
are
are
seeing the
in,
logo.
we don't want you to use. Yes, good. So come here on the flipping tool is there. I click on it. Then you click the
You're
plus sign.
breaking.
You will see it on the recording. When you watch the recording, you will see the snipping tool that I'm talking about on the recording. Make sure you watch this section of the recording. Then you come and you snip your logo like that. You snip the Swati logo. That's what you right click and save it on your desktop as a Kiswati logo. So after saving it on your desktop, you can bring it on your, where it is saved. And right now I want to put it on the WhatsApp so that you get it. So tomorrow, when you get time for meeting, download that logo that I've shared on WhatsApp. Is just about give it some more time. I hope it loads. Yes, time to see it. And this on your desktop. After saving on laptop, after saving the logo on your, this is what you need to do. You already saved the logo on your desktop. Now this is what to do. Margaret, you need to come to the video call, the one that can video out, video in, video out, video in. So in that video icon, there's a drop down, and usually is you have a drop up arrow. Is everybody able to see the drop up arrow on the video icon? I expected a lot of you. Unfortunately, it's none. My guys are struggling. Don't be stressed. These things are good. Are you able to see the drop up icon next to the video? Who is seeing the drop up icon? Can you shout? Yes, see the drop up icon, the video icon. You better you see it.
Yes, yes.
Margaret, the drop up icon. So you click on that drop up. If you have not seen it, Margaret will show you during that time. Like that. And a window pops up. Things. You do so many things. What you want to do, you can blur your background. Like you people having background, don't want to see your or if you want to blur the
Eric
background,
Odur has
you
done
will
it.
not be able to. Huh?
Eric Odur has done it.
Good. So now the video setting, good. Congratulations, good. And you say background and effects, and under background and effects, you can have my background will be blurred. I can put none, Then you see my background. What is the background? I can put Blue Nile Analytica and then I have the logo for Blue Nile Analytica. I can get a sun and this is, let me so you see it. You see now I've changed it to data science. Now change it to Kiswati, video settings. I come here, background and effects. Background scroll down. If you have already saved and used it before, you just scroll down. You need to choose it from there. And so you choose it from where you have skipped. If you don't, you notice it. So lighting, so I put focus one. When I put the green here, it looks like that. If you put this, I'm sorry, the reason why that is happening, I'm not using my Wi-Fi, I'm using my phone I'm using my phone as a hotspot. That's why that is happening. I'm sorry about that. So you can bring the background back. You can put the green away. In the link, this is what you see. Try, we just have it straight away. But if you try, let me know. On the WhatsApp.
I think maybe at one point some of us have lost the instructions because you are breaking. Eh? You're breaking. I think your network is a bit.
I'm gonna repeat it. Repeat it. So I'll put it on the wife on the WhatsApp. What you do to go to WhatsApp.
Eric, give us tutorials.
Is this still there?
It's my turn.
Okay.
Yeah, now I think it was my turn, Ama.
Yeah,
Yes,
it
but I'm wondering, is Pius in?
No, it's not in. He left.
Oh, you people, you know it's heading to midnight.
okay.
Yeah, but no, it's already like already into the next day.
Eric, how have you done it?
Oh, fine.
Tell
Now
us.
let me summarize my part here.
Okay.
Yeah.
I think I bet you can go on.
Yeah. Yeah. Hello.
Yes.
Can you people hear me?
Yes.
Yeah, I'm gonna go out from the computer and use my phone because I don't want us to end the meeting at midnight. We'll go ahead with the reaction to my speech. And the next was Eric Kibet. Eric Kibet, can you take it away, please? Eric Kibet, are you there?
Is Eric Kibet there?
Yeah, I think he's trying to talk.
He's on mute. He's on mute. Timo, fix his mute. I hope, even why you are doing this, what you are doing is very, very important to make sure tomorrow you are a forward developer. So, figure out to fix Margaret, please. Are you there?
Well, I'm there. I think you seem to be having a challenge the other side because you're breaking a lot, but let me just proceed. I think for me, it has been, I'm Margaret Sombe. I'm a teacher by profession. I've been in the teaching industry for over 15 years now. My passion is to make the learning environment quite conducive to the learner. And I think my joining the Kiswati Digital Academy is an idea that I think was long overdue, because I think this is where the world is moving to. And so I'm very glad to join this team, and I hope that I bring my wealth of experience to this platform to make our education space much better and quite interactive to the learner. For today's meeting, I think I have picked a very strong statement that we are going to have many schools in one academy, and that basically means that every Kenyan child, or maybe at one point when we go to the global level, our learners should be able to access the academic content from wherever they are, from the comfort of their homes, the comfort of the various dimensions of the schools that we have in our country. And I think that is something that I'm very proud of, and it is a vision that I want to pick. And I hope that we will support you as a team of consultants to ensure that this is achieved. I also love the fact that this is an innovation that is coming to solve many of the challenges that we are facing today in the implementation of our new curriculum as a country, the CBC. And I think it is something that I would urge my team here and even the team of developers as we bring them on board, that we can encourage the education stakeholders of our nation to embrace this idea so that we are able to solve some of the challenges that we have experienced, like majorly the shortage of educators in our country. And so for me, it is something that I will pick up and encourage, and it is something that I want to walk as I will walk as a talk. Every place that I would go, it is something that I want to speak about, and I just want to ensure that we bring everybody on board. And I am sure at one point that you would even allow us also to bring some of our schools that we're interacting with also to benefit from this initiative. Thank you. I'm open to learning, to relearn, just like we have learned today. A lot is still there to be explored in the digital world. And so we are open to learn. Thank you so much, Mr. Paz, and may God bless your initiatives.
Are you able to hear me, everybody?
Yes,
Yes,
yes.
we are getting you.
Yeah. If you work for me for 1 month, or for a few days, or if you stay with for a few hours means I'm talking to you. Like I started talking to you like 1 or 2 hours ago. Your motivation to come to work is still money, then there's a problem with you. You need to go back and reevaluate yourself, because the space that my initiatives are going to give you, not even your current job will give you that opportunity. Allow me to say this. We are staying long in the middle of the night, and it's for a reason, and it's for your own benefit, not me. Remember, with my interaction internationally and the few accolades that I've won myself single-handedly without the help of anyone, the background where I come from, even sitting the KCP exams, I did my KCP exam in 1990. Sitting that KCP exam alone was a big miracle. And it was a big celebration for me that I've just sat for the KCP exams. In fact, I from my activities went inside the middle of a papyrus swamp, Togo. Those of you come from where Togo is. My grandfather was a Togo craftsman, papyrus mat craftsman. Inside, and where we used to graze our cows, there was this rare fruit called osai. I don't know how you call it in your Luo dialect, but in my dialect, it's called osai. Osai is a very sweet, beautiful, reddish in color fruit, and it's a wild fruit. So I picked so many of them, like around 20, and went inside the papyrus swamp alone, not with a friend, and started celebrating that I've done the KCP. Why was I celebrating? Because at the in standard 5, I had seen, I foreseen a scenario, a situation whereby I will get into class 8, but I will not be able to raise the 300 shillings examination fee for the KCP exams. So what did I do? I put our team together, all my age mates, and we call ourselves Makwei. Quer is, the tool for digging. Marco, you carry it, Makwei. You are ho, you are jembe. So every morning at around 1 a.m., we would wake up, boys, just boys, teenagers, and we'll go to till gardens for people, and we'll be paid 20 shillings. And after being paid 20 shillings, for all of us, we are like a group of 8 people, 2 shillings for 8 people. And then we are given like uji at around 6 a.m. We are uji, and then we wash our ash, wash. And that is daily, except on Sunday. And we did that for Margaret. I saved my money for doing the KCP exam, the 300. That's how I raised. Nobody paid it for me because I had nobody to pay me. The same method, I want to raise money and build a digital academy, a real digital academy, where Eric Kibet has been identified as the director in charge of IT infrastructure and innovation. It doesn't matter whether you have a background in computer science. It doesn't matter whether you have the skills, it's the mentality, the mindset, because you have been struggling to upload names on the WhatsApp groups, to send emails. I'm looking at you. I'm looking at this young man. He's very determined. He's doing it how he knows it. And he's very proud of it. That is how he does. I'm telling you, Eric, what took you like a day to do, and your boss, your supervisor, was sympathizing with you. I wish I had money, I could have given the allowance. Can be done just in 30 minutes. How? I'm going to show you. All those tasks you are doing manually, they can be automated. So when you go away, you go with a skill, and that skill, you can use it to get a job, and when you get a job, you start earning. Now, what you are doing for charity in my organization is going to pay you. Now, that's not the reason why I'm doing this. I've interrupted Eric for giving his reaction, because I believe in a conversation, you talk to me, I talk to you, like that. Is this. You go online and Google how much money does my fellow listee in Makubu's Who is Who in America earn when he is invited to conferences. You will be shocked. You will be shocked how much he earns when you invite Barack Obama to come to a conference to speak to your people or to speak to your company. I'm not saying when I start speaking in conferences, sharing with you just what I've shared with you, I'll earn the much Barack Obama is earning. No, but it will be something substantial in the range of my salary in a year, just in one day. I'm earning my annual salary just in one day because of my recognition. Now, my recognition also allows me to nominate somebody. Every year, I nominate one person to be recognized, but I must show them the evidence why I'm nominating them. Like you people now, if you can put your heads together, forget about money. Forget about money, what you are going to earn. Yeah, you put your heads together and work and have this content, the content that I need from you. Be a reality at Kiswati Digital Academy so that when the CBC curriculum for the senior school starting the year 2000 and January 2006, our students have got books in the Digital Academy. I assure you, I'm going to nominate all of you, one by one, starting with the boss, to get the recognition at McHugh's Who is Who in America. This year, next year, I've nominated Dr. Frederick Kotieno Nundu. You will see him. I'll also share his video with you to read, know what he has achieved as a student. We have many medical doctors who are going to retire from the profession before he can even achieve a single person. He's HSC, Head of State Commendation. He is the United Nations Person of the Year. I also awarded him Kiswati Scholar number 008. His name is going to appear on the Kiswati Villa for life. On a plaque I'm going to put on the Kiswati Villa, and so many things like that. That's why I asked the university whether they to give me the permission to recognize him. They said they have no objection. I have that particular letter. So that will be the second person to be recognized. And I want to do this for each and every country in Africa. We have 50 something. This is the only way to increase the number of Black people in that organization. Now, for you Kenyans, you are lucky because I'm going to recommend your name en masse. Like now I can recommend all the four of you if you give me the Kiswati Digital Academy. So what you are bound to benefit from this initiative outweighs the money by far. And therefore, money should not be motivation. I'm paying from my pocket. If I have it, I'll pay it to you on time. If I don't have it, if there's some delays, I'll let you know in advance that we're going to have delays, or I'll tell you totally that I don't have it, but we don't big team paying one of 16,800 maximum and minimum 8,400 per day for 1 month is not a joke. You need to be a government. You need to be a government like the government of Kenya. You need to be a county government like the county government of Kisumu or county government of Sierra. I'm just managing your expectations.
It's true.
So that if you don't align with what I'm saying, we are not in the business of wasting your time. There is that option of leaving us early before wasting your time. Can you imagine paying 10,800 for 100 people in one day? That is the 100 people, we're going to be having 1,680,000 just in one day. If it is 10 days, it's going to be 16 billion, something like 16 million. If it is 100 days, we'll be talking into billions. My income, I don't earn that kind of money. So the figures Margaret gave me only work for a few of you, but not the whole team. That is why I'm offloading my shares in this initiative so that in the event I'm not able to pay you at the rate we agreed, at least you have some shares if the thing succeeds. Now, what we agreed, you have to be paid, whether it's on time or it is late. Now, if it is late, how am I going to pay you? I'm going to own 50% shares of this. just in one day. Now, when the time comes, when I will be raising that kind of money, I will get money from my shares and pay you in arrears and pay you in arrears. And that is the reason also why I want everybody that is here to have a first job. Then this one, let it be your side hustle. So that in the event that we don't have money, you can still pay your bills using the first job, using the first job. This is the reason why I'm also pushing all of you. If the money I'm going to pay you does not meet your expectation, you will walk away with excellent IT and data science skills free of charge, which if you were to pay, you will pay a lot of money. And the last one, Mikey Swat scholars, if they make international original trips, courtesy of Kiswate or Blue Nile Analytica. I'm so impressed with this group, to the extent that 1 hour. I'm late for meeting in 20 days. I don't go for meeting because I'm gonna be a bad example to the rest. But this is 1 hour, courageous enough to come out with this group. What you have demonstrated, I'm seeing excellence. I'm seeing zero for error. This is what I'm looking for. Remember, I did not interview you. I just had picked you from 100 people. Remember, you people, you also just fill the Google form, just like any other person. Right now, I have around 153. You are among the 150 that picked the Google form. How comes I picked on the 4 of you? What did I look at? I don't know you. I've never interacted with you. And when I do interviews, I don't do the traditional interview. You are given some academic question and you answer. And when you answer them, they say, oh, you are the employee. That is bullshit. Passing interview does not work. Me, I believe in giving everybody a chance, give him the work. Can he? And when he's working, no, I want you to make as many as possible. I can fix them. Making mistake is allowed here. Even if it's going to cost you money, I'm going to pay that bill because I take responsibility for bringing you on board. Now, after you make mistake, please allow me to correct you. I'm going to correct you. And after you've been corrected, we don't expect you to make that particular mistake. That is why we are here. I see the boss has already dropped out. The meeting is taking too long. That is fine. Maybe he has run out of bundles. But the good thing is that Eric Kibet is still here. Eric Kibet, in less than 2 minutes, can you please tell us the takeaway from this meeting? And your takeaway should include up to what I've just said right now. So, and we are having a conversation. So please go ahead, please.
Thank you very much.
Go ahead.
My name is. Thank you. Thank you very much. My name is Eric Bet. Actually, I'm an academician in business, and I want to say that I'm very grateful for this meeting. First of all, it has opened up my mind on what exactly Kiswate does, including its association with the Blue Analytica company. So they have now come to understand that the Kiswate is more of doing the charity work, while the Blue Analytica is a sister company that does the business aspect. So I have learned a lot about the Kiswate Academy, which of course also inspires me to go and read more about it and actually get more knowledge, so that when I'm making any presentation, I can be able to explain the vision and the mission, the idea of having one digital school with many schools, so it has actually inspired me to go and read more, so that apart from having a grasp of what this project is about, I can also have more details. For example, about the founder being listed at the who is who, the Marquis list, and the rest about the companies
Hold
are
on,
very
Eric.
important for the.
Hold on, Eric. we're having a conversation. It's not who is who. It's Marquis who is who in America. Marquis is the name of the person who came up with the idea. It's 125 years old organization. And Eric, there's one thing before you continue that I've liked about your reaction by bringing our attention that you are an academician. That even means opens more space for you here because zero chance for errors and this thing has to work. You see, we have recruited TSC teachers. I was a teacher before and I know how teachers behave. Eric Kudur is very familiar with this. Noelia is very familiar with this. The other madam is also very familiar with this. But we can bring teachers on board and then they think that this is not. Or the other one, Kipet, and start bringing comrades power, power, comrades power, power. I was very good at that when I was a student. Now, Eric, you being academician, you will be the medication for that. I'm going to remove this from the recording. You'll be the medication for that because you're an academician. Do you know the reason why I'm bringing university students top notch? Engineering, medicine, for you to do those courses, you must have scored a grade of A. If you have scored a grade of A, you can virtually do any course. You can be modeled to become anything. I'm bringing them on board so that, I'm currently a clap for my boss. She's back. Welcome. I'm bringing on those people. Yeah, it's not a mockery. It's not a mockery. This meeting is too long. You have to be strong willed and be made of stones and
Yes, yes.
metals, not wood, for you to keep on. And those are the kind of things I'm looking. Remember, I'm not looking. I'm not who pass interviews. No, I'm looking for people made. Okay, so this I understand this is that in the event that the TSC teachers bring comrades power, my university students will take over. And when they take over, who will be their boss? Who will be their team leader? Just one of them, their lecturer, their academician, just like them, to train them very quickly on a few things here and there. And at that particular time, Eric Oduor, Margaret, and Noella become senior lecturers under the guidance of Eric Kibet. And they will teach the pedagogy very quickly, how to make lesson plans, how to make schemes of work, how to do record, make a record of work, how to keep mark sheets. And then when they come to class, how to make notes, how to teach, how to check for understanding, how to check for presence. And after that point, they will become and continue to take overwriting. So Tibet, the train has already left the station. There is no giving up. And I'm not saying you should work. Lazima work with or without my presence. That is why I'm taking time to train you. Eric could work. If something happens to me right now and I collapse and die, you just have to take a 1 week break to go and bury me, give me a decent burial. But you have to assure my audience, my supporters in my funeral, that the initiative will not die. And when that happens, I'll authorize Margaret Sombe to take my position.
Wow.
Authorize Noella to take the position of Margaret Sombe. I'll authorize Kibet to take the position of Noella. And I'll authorize Eric Oduor to take the position of Kibet. And there will be one vacancy. And that vacancy, you recruit from the 100 people collaboratively. Collaboratively. You get it? Because what we are doing is not about can you take only the country? The CBC curriculum. Kids are taught. They're not people to write. We do not have academicians that are who Eric Kibet can write the textbooks. We have to save that generation. We have the Gen Zs. Our country has tried. All countries in the world are broke. We are at a time when we are having economic meltdown, even in America. They are feeling it. Let's support our government in one little way that we can, by not supporting the many salaries, by not having what the country has done for us, but by telling the whole world what we can do for our country. So it is about saving it. And I'm telling you, Eric Kibet, if you work without money in without focusing on money, I'm telling you, the God of heavens may one day, 5 years later, 10 years later, even 30 years later, through your son or your grandson, bless you in one big way that will change the lineage of your food. Why should CBC have challenges when we have people like Eric Kibet, when we have people like Noella, a very good orator par excellence, when we have people like Margaret Sombe, huh? A team leader, a good listener, and somebody who would take instruction. Huh? Somebody like Eric Odwor. So you have stood out of the crowd. You need to be conspicuous. You need to be unique. You cannot be counted on the crowd. You need to be counted as an individual alone. Now I've given you the chance to participate in the Kiswahili Digital Academy. What will be your contribution as an individual? My contribution as an individual, to come up with the idea. Without me, there could have not been this idea. It took me 9 years to be in school here in the United States, to acquire the skills to do this kind of job. The same skills that I use at the Air Force. The same skills that I used to develop the curriculum for the Bachelor of Data Science at the Open University of Kenya. It's being used now, is live. They didn't pay much. They didn't pay me what I expected. But now Kenyans can do data science in their own home country. They don't need to fly to the United States. Now, another thing that I wanted to share with you before, Eric, you continue. I know you did not finish. I'm very sorry for that. We're having a conversation. I was talking to Margaret when I was on my way to my final interview to be hired by the International Organization for Migration. Their office is one of the UN agencies, and they have office in Westlands. And I've just done my final interview. I woke up at 1 a.m. I wanted to do it in a friend's house. I didn't want what is happening to me now with you during the meeting to happen to me during I was a better internet. So it was Kenyan time. The interview was starting around 4:50 a.m. and they even delayed it. They didn't even bear in mind that it was night here. I did the interview. Now, Margaret, the good news is a couple of minutes ago, when I'm in this meeting, they want me to send my if I'm successful. To me,
You're breaking, guys. You're breaking.
Can you hear me? Are you able to hear me now?
Yes.
Yes. Can
Now somebody confirm? Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. To let you know that
What?
I'll be on my way in the next 3-4 days back to Kenya.
Oh,
to work for the
congratulations.
UN agency. No, I've not got it. I've not got it yet. There are signs. Don't congratulate me in advance.
We are thanking God
I've
early
not got that
in
appointment
advance.
letter. I've not got that. I'm praying hard so that I get it. And when I come, what am I going to do? Just the things I'm doing to you for free. Just the things I did for the Air Force. That's the things I do for the Open University of Kenya. Am I posted? I'm posted at two institutions, the Technical Institute and the Kabete National Polytechnic. And what am I going to do there? They want me to introduce data science courses and artificial intelligence courses. That is why artificial intelligence courses. So even I've not slept for a number of days, but even tonight, I may sleep for, it's around 5 p.m. I may sleep only for 2 hours and then come back and make that schedule. By tomorrow morning, before my morning, before I come to the meeting, and remember after the meeting, I have to go to church. So that schedule will be done and I'll send it to them. And once I send to them, there's one thing I'll say in my heart, that I leave it to you, God. Let your will be done. If it was your will that I get this executive appointment for 3 months, let it be. But if it was your will to take me through the process, to learn a few things and not get the appointment, I'll still be grateful. I'm not going to curse you. I'm not going to curse you because you are my God. You have been with me through. That is what's happening. So many things are happening. And Margaret, when I come, I'm land at the airport and be receiving my Kiswahili scholars interviewing me and what have you, apart from asking where am I going to live, what kind of car have they given me that are they going to drive me in, and what kind of security I'm going to have in. The next thing I'm going to have, can I have my schedule for the first 1 week? I have my dream team in the Kiswahili Digital Academy, and I need to have face-to-face dinner with them. Face-to-face dinner. Eric, when you're in Kitale and you're a busy man, at that particular point, I will just say go to the nearest airport and fly to Nairobi, and then fly back.
Oh, wow. That's
the same is what we're doing. Time.
So lazima upate hiyo kitu lazima upate, Mr. Pius.
I don't know yet, but with your prayers, I'm very sure I'm gonna get it. So that is why I interrupted you to break that news. This part of the recording, we're gonna remove it. We're gonna remove it from this. So Eric, go ahead and finish.
Yeah, so I've really learned a lot, especially what the company does. As I told about the scholarships and the charity work, as well as the data analytic part. It really motivated me. And the most motivating part of it is that we are going to use technology to solve a resource a scarcity problem in education. I think this is something that should be adopted that can really help our country. And when I read about it, especially the first time I read about the digital bookshop, I was really excited about it because it's a project that solves a real life problem. It's a real life problem, Yeah, so that was very motivating. And then again, now we've also looked at how to make presentations. I've learned a lot, especially on keeping people active throughout the meeting. And then also I've also learned about how to make the icon, the logo. That's something new that I've learned. There are also many other things which I have realized that I need to go and do more research in the website about the company, so that I can own the idea that the founder has more strongly. Regarding the benefits from this project, I believe that this thing is beyond finances. It's of great benefit to all of us professionally, and we should own it and ensure that it becomes a success. Otherwise, I'm very grateful for this meeting, and I look forward to us working as a team to succeed. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much for your kind words, compliments, and the evidence that you have been attentive throughout the meeting. Because if you're an autopilot, you could have not captured everybody was attentive. That was what I was looking for. Everybody here was following. So this is the same technique you need to use when you are working with our clients, our bosses, the curriculum developers. Now, what next?
Now, what next? I think because of time, I don't know whether we can give you maybe around 10 minutes so that you comment on this. Advantage you. Yes.
Hold on, Margaret. Margaret.
Yes.
Please. What next is not handing over to you. What I'm saying, what I meant is what next after Kiswahili Digital Academy becomes successful. People are using our resources, the staff are being paid for the charity work they have done earlier, for the midnight oil they have burned today. What next? The thing is this, we're gonna ask the government to adopt Kiswahili Digital Academy so that it becomes a school, an independent school on its own, so that those students who are suspended from our schools unfairly or who cannot fit in those our schools, all of them, all the secondary schools in the country, those suspensions, we put them in their houses and we ask them, sorry, you cannot continue burning trees in our schools. You're gonna learn at the home of the home of your parent. And if you are disappointed with your parent, please go burn your parent's house. But we still accommodate you online, so you become an online student in the whole country, so that they can also have a chance to do KCC exam as a virtual student. And that is key. That is key and very important. It's solving a problem. The students will know that when we strike and we ban our schools, you go to the digital school. It's like approved school here in America, where everything is virtual. And you think extra, your parent will have to go deep to the pocket and hire tuition. And when they are teachers, they are giving Margaret Sombe more jobs. After 5 p.m., 4 hours tuition teacher, because the clients are there. Now, if that becomes successful, what next? The next thing is we're going to use it to have for the country, where we invite students from foreign countries to come and do a education system at the comfort of their home. That is the vision. Margaret, I'm sorry, I hate to say this, so that Quebec can look at this thing from the wider. And at that time, that is a digital academy in the East Central Africa, and Eric Oduor will be the helpment or mathematics department in the whole digital academy. And when you come for these positions, you are on secondment from your job. You're not your job. You have just we borrowed you. After you are there, return you back to the employer. Now, Margaret, I'm not, I promise, unless you about that is sensitive, that I must talk about. Thank you so much. Over to you. After Margaret, nobody.
Oh, thank you, thank you. I think it has been quite an interactive session. From my side, as the person who was chairing this meeting, I just want to say that we have learned a lot. We appreciate the new idea that you're bringing into the market. But I also want to note with the concern that there is one that we ought to have discussed, but I think because of time, that was the compensation of consultants and developers. But now I propose that tomorrow we do our session. Kibet is supposed to start from 5.
5.
From 5.
Yeah.
And
No. Margaret, compensation
yes.
is a very sensitive issue. Let's discuss it here for a few minutes. And I know all of you are willing to hear from me. I'll bypass Margaret because the buck stops at me. And I say it the way it is. Compensation had already given the rates per hour. These were not my rates. And these were the rates that I was given to me by Margaret from what they earn when they work for the government in a similar initiative. And Margaret told me, without mentioning her words, that when it is a private company, it is supposed to be higher, double or even triple, which is true, but this is a startup. We are a startup now, and it's being funded by a one-man army. I fund 99% of our projects. Only 1% come from outside. Now, with the kind of the project we are having, I did not plan for this project. but I just started it impromptu on a shoestring budget because of the public demand. So the rates that are proposed will stay, they will remain. The only thing that I've done, and asked Margaret to tell you, instead of doing 2 hours, I'm gonna do 3 hours, so that when you are supposed to earn 4,200 in 2 hours, you're gonna earn 6,300 and in 3 hours. And Margaret has also convinced me why the additional 1 hour is important. You log in 30 minutes before time, preparation up on here, testing other gadgets, catching up with each other. By 4:45, if any of our members are not logged in, you give a phone call to catch up with them, whether they are in right form, health-wise, etc. If they are not logging in, or if they come late, we get an alternative replacement, or we cover up for that. And that made a lot of sense for me. And then after the meeting has ended, the students have gone, you remain behind for another 30 minutes to discuss the way forward, some of the emerging issues, some of the challenges you faced, who take action in the next meeting, and that is going to add value to our meetings. So the 3 hours approved for everybody. The rate remains the same. The reason why I don't want to increase the rate, because if I get a sponsor, I'm looking for a sponsor to sponsor the residential session at St. Anne Sega Girls High School, which is one of the schools in the academy. And Margaret was telling me residential session can go even for 1 month, even for 10 days. And I'm trying to imagine if I'm paying each one of you a range between 8,400, although your here is a range between 12,000, 8 hours by 8 hours by 1,500 is going to be 12,000, a range between 12,000 and 16,800 a day. And we go for 10 days. Then the person who is getting 12,000, we are talking about 120,000. The person who is getting 16,800 is going to be 168,000. That's just for 10 days. Now, can you convert this to over 100 people? How much money is that? Now, if we go for a month, the amount of money I'm getting, magnitude of money I'm getting, you can only afford that money if you are a government or a corporate company that has matured, as we have not. So let us not lie. This is the time to accept the reality that even the rates I've given you and what you're going to benefit from here, you need to appreciate it, because in the first place, I had an option of using this project with another country, with the other citizens of other country like Uganda, Tanzania. With my accolades and achievements, when I go there, introduce myself, they receive me with 2 hands. They will not reject me that I'm a Kenyan. No. So that is that. Then another thing why we need to stick to these rates is that these are government rates. These are not just rates that I wake up and I decided to develop. These are not the rates that Margaret just woke up and decided that we should. These are government rates. And these rates are not for the rural cities in the rural areas. These rates are for the middle towns like Eldoret, like Nakuru, like Mombasa. Nairobi is a little bit high, Mombasa is a little bit higher, and Kusumu. But where are we going to hold our meetings? We are going to hold our meetings in a rural urban center, a rural semi-urban center where the cost of living is very cheap. Then another thing why we need to retain our rates, when Margaret was earning 16,800, she left her family, her house, wherever she's living. She's staying as she works as a teacher in Nairobi, and travel all the way to Eldoret and live in an hotel room, which I believe is not as comfortable as her residence. But now you are going to earn what Margaret earned when she was living in an hotel room in a foreign land, or on a land that she's not used to, at the comfort of your home. We are virtual. I'm giving you rates when I've eliminated the major expenses like the travel expenses, like expenses on food, like expenses on other things, hotel rooms, because the same meal, the same budget you are going to you have been living on when you are living in your house is the same budget you're going to live on when you are working for us. But we are giving you a rate that assumed you are living in a hotel room, you are in an expensive town, you are living in a foreign an environment that you are not used to. So those are the reasons that have convinced me beyond reasonable doubt that the rates I've given you are competitive. And to put the icing on the cake, what you are bound, non-monetary benefits that you are bound to get from this initiative. But because Margaret is my consultant number one, I had to adjust that request because I don't have money. I don't want to promise you heaven and then I deliver hell. That is how I came up with allocating new shares. And this team of 6, you four, myself, and Mr. March, that's a group of 6 because I'm also working in this team. We have given ourselves 1% shares. And I given an example 100 million if we are successful. Or we calculated with Margaret, we can only convert 1% of 100 million is 10 million. When you convert by our number, when we are talking with her, that will be equivalent to earning 1.5 million per year. And when you divide by 12 months, that is equivalent of earning 150,000 a month. That's apart from the money I'm going to give you, the allowance and the stipend. Now, Eric Oduor, right now in Kenya, in the state of joblessness, if you get a job that gives you an average of 100,000 a month, and you are fresh from the university, or that is your second job, your side hustle, is that a good job or a bad job?
100,000?
100,000 per month. As a second job, because you are a TSC employee, as a second job in addition to your TSC job, is that a good job or a bad job?
I think I would say that is a good one.
It's a good one. So I'm not refusing to add you money. Hold on. Somebody's talking. Hold on. I'm not refusing to add you money as per your request, but I'm asking you, please be patient with me. Let us start making money. And when we start making money, we'll see that money coming into our accounts. And I'll be more than happy to increase those rates. And maybe you will not even require the rates to be increased. By that time, you'll be appointed, maybe permanent and pensionable, and you will be having a big position that goes beyond particular rates. So that is my response to you people on the request of compensation. And Margaret, maybe if you can just add one small thing on it, and that brings that chapter to a closure. And anybody who is not convinced, we don't want to waste your time. Please, we have the other option of not wasting your time and leaving the group. So that when you start paying, you don't start coming to work when you are unhappy, when things are not clear. And everything we are doing here, we're going to get a lawyer on board, going to draft an appointment letter, and everybody's going to get an appointment letter. And even one of the developers, they're going to get an appointment letter when we get down to work. Because right now we are doing the training. We are telling people what we intend to do, the problems that we intend to solve. Where are we coming from? Where are we coming from? And where are we going to? Where are we heading? We have been giving scholarships tied on students. That means the adopted schools within the academy, the education will be like in the US, which is free 100%. So you get a child, even your child will be admitted to St. Anne's Girls High School, and she pays 0 fees, including the uniform. That's why I gave them 24% share, things like that. That's the vision, that's my dream. Margaret, please, take it away and let me know if I've answered your concern with your team.
Okay, thank you. I think you have addressed our concern, and I think most of us, even from what you have heard from us, we are here, we're open to learning. And I think we will be patient enough to see what the outcome will be. And I think one thing that you also promised that I want to tell my team in your presence is that when the real work begins, then you'd also consider an option of putting some small salary. But that is now when the real work begins. Probably the only thing that I would have requested on behalf of the team is that if you can review that percentage of what you would wish to give us, because you talked of 1%.
Or what do you want?
Maybe the team can also bring in their idea, but I thought that you could
Type, yeah. Work with the figures. We don't need to go around. There's no time. Or you want to type on the charts? Please, can you? I've given you an offer 1%. Can you please type on the charts on what percentage
Yes,
do you want?
colleagues, can you just forward something on the chat so that he's able to see?
So that even if I don't respond it right now, I'll be able to respond it later, the time. Yes, type on the charts, please. Let me look at the charts. And Margaret, I expect you to be the first, but because you are the boss, be the last. Eric Oduor, please can you type on the chart? What percentage do you want? I've given an offer 1%. What percentage do you want? Or say it, just say it where you are, you cannot type. I've given an offer of 1%, which if the revenue is 100 million per month, or it will be 10 million for you people.
No, 1% of 100 million is 1 million.
1% of 100 million is 1 million, not 10 million. I've done the wrong calculations here. No, 1% of 100 million is 1 million, 10 million. Wrong calculation. Yeah, okay. I can now see your constant rate here. Okay, please go ahead and say, I'm looking at the chart. Just shout it. Margaret.
Yes, sir.
Margaret, your people are shy. So when you do this, please
yes.
Don't type on what we do. See, just send me email and justify the percentage you want. But I've seen the concern from Margaret is because 1% of 100 million is not 10 million, 1 million. And that is understood. Yeah. And I'm going to do something. But you have to promise me, if we increase that percentage, even if I don't give you on time, you're going to work. You're going to work. You have to work. So things like that. And together. So please, I'm to reviewing that. We did agree that everything in your customer store. I really take a lot of feedback. That is the feedback thing, which is very feedback.
Thank you.
You like this idea and you're ready to work. So what I need from you for, just tell me, and if you all of you collude, I know how to protect how people collude. That is why I will be more than happy if
We are not hearing you.
I thought I'm the one who's talking.
No. Kicked me out and brought me back. So Eric, are you there?
Yes, I'm in.
Eric, that what percentage are you coming? Yeah, tell me the percentage you want. And give me what percentage do you want to be comfortable?
17.
Eric,
I've seen 17. Yes, I had seen 17% and 15% from two people. Chart? Yes.
But how comes are they sending them to you and not to the group because I can't?
You're not seeing them.
Can you send them to the group? I'm seeing them.
Can you just type? Please type in the chat so that it goes.
And make sure you are sending it to everyone.
Yes.
My suggestion is
I'm not. Yes.
my suggestion is, because if you work with a figure of 10 million, that's about 10%. It makes some sense.
That is tight, man. Are you going to get tight? I'm joking. I'm joking.
That is
Well,
nice.
I'm kidding. Somebody has 10%, and that goes into our records. Yes. Can I have the next 10%? Yes, Eric, do what percentage?
I think that 10% is not really bad, because seemingly that is the idea you had, only that your approximation in terms of percentage could
No,
be.
that's not the idea I had. It was an error. It was the idea I had. Well, what about Noella? Noel, what percentage?
I've posted, I've written on the chat.
I can't see it. You
No,
said
Noella had written
maybe
17%.
oh yeah. And oh, I see it. 17%. Now the boss.
The boss, I will go for 10%.
So mine is the highest.
Said you are not God. You are going to get the tithes. So what I'm going to do is what I'm going to do is this.
Yes.
Because I'd worked with 10 million. And that was what I was pegging my calculations. Let's talk about a minimum. When you start making money, a minimum of 10 million. A minimum of 10 million. And the percentage, if the revenue is 100%, 10 million is going to be 10%. But if the revenue goes beyond 100 million, it comes, let's say, to 1 billion, 10% is going to be a lot of money. It's going to be a lot of money considering what we are doing, because it's like you are asking me not to fund your schools, because I'll give you 10% to your schools, your alma mater, the schools we are going to bring on board. So what I'm going to do is this. I'm going to reduce the percentages for the schools you are going to bring on board, because they are not here to bargain with us and they don't have that opportunity, and reduce their percentage by half, or no, by 3%. So I'll give them 7%. So the 3% from them, I'll add to you. Instead of 1%, I'll add 4%. Then the digital academy, we are the people who are going to develop the product. They're going to generate that money. Instead of giving them 24%, I'm going to give them 22%. So 2% from them to 4%, that's going to be 6%. I don't want to touch my percent. Have an established office. We have a CEO, we have a chairman, we have board members, etc. Those people, I can't give them the percentages, because somewhere along the line, when you make too much money and you people decide to demand more and more, and they are on your side, I'll be left alone. I'm left on the other side alone. But I don't want that to happen. With them, they are not even going to get shares. From my shares, I will be giving the salaries. And their job is to make sure that Eric and all the teams, the developer, the consultants, tow the line. They tow the line. So they will be there to be defending me. So with them, they are going to be paid, their pay is going to come from that 50%. And of course, I have a family. My family also have to enjoy my hard labor. That's how it goes. If you are working, Margaret, if you are working,
Yes.
and your husband is not enjoying your hard labor, then you need to review your life. Eric,
Okay.
you are working and making money. Right now it's at midnight. You are still here. And your wife is not enjoying the labor of your hard work. You need to review. You need to redeem your image. That is why I'm making it. We are having 6%. So, and you've seen how let us see how the revenue streams is gonna go. And if our revenue streams improves, we're gonna review those percentages. We're gonna review those percentages. For a start, let us have 6%. Then as time goes, maybe for the first 1 year, 6%. For the second year, 8%. For the third year, 10%. And let us stop at that 10%. And with the 10%, I'll allow you to bring in professionals or have other professionals to join our team. For example, Margaret, if you are struggling to carry out a task as a consultant, with the 10%, we'll allow you to bring another consultant when with 10%, because 10% is huge in the kind of project we are doing. My alma mater university is going to do proof of concept, and we're going to give a test data. And I'm telling you what they are telling me, 10% of these things accepted by the government of Kenya is a lot. But it's also a good thing, and decide we can give you 10%, but now as a consultant here, you do a project that you will remember these things for. You can decide to do a project with part of that money, so that everything doesn't go into your pocket. Like Margaret was talking about an academy where we are a digital academy, and we now understand what I mean. But it's talking about an where people learn plumbing, metalwork, woodwork, etc. Yes, you can have an investment of that, being the investment of the consultants of Kiswete Digital Academy, things like that, something like that. We are open to such discussions. So, Margaret, I'm approving 6% add on video. With a rider, that first year, 6%. Second year, if the revenue stream improves, 8%. Third year, if the revenue stream improves, 10%, which means by the time the CBC curriculum goes a full circle, we shall have got 10%. Is that fair enough?
I think we can get started at that point. I approve.
Okay, thank you very much. Okay, any other thing that you want me to know? I want you to start work. When you don't have any question on your mind, and what I'm going to do, I'm going to download this video, this recording, and share the raw recording under Google. So when you get the link, Eric Kibet, I want you to download this recording and keep it under lock and key, so that in future, if we agree and there's a conflict, we replay the recording. Is this not the founder of Kiswete Digital Academy talking? But you never know. Something might happen, so that we have somebody taking over. And the person taking over might not carry out their things in the open like me. The way I'm discussing this openly, and matters of money are very sensitive. You have the right with this, play this video, that person, that the founder of Kiswete Digital Academy himself convened a meeting for 2 hours, and he arrived in the meeting 1 hour late, and he made us stay awake up beyond midnight, listening to his vision. And this is what he had to say based on our compensation, that apart from the small stipend we are going to get, we are going to get shares. And our shares, initially, he has given us an offer of 6%. He reviewed this offer on our request, and this is what he said. First year, 6%. Second year, 8%. Third year, the CBC have gone to circle. 10%. And Eric, you need to cut this video and then play it to whoever will take over from me. That person could be one of my children. That person could be the other person who my family shall have decided to take over from me, stuff like that. So this meeting is very important. These recordings are very important. Now, Margaret, I did not start the meeting, so the recordings are not on my computer. Where are you doing the recording? Are you doing them on your laptop or you are doing them on the cloud?
It's
Kibet is the
on
one.
on my side.
On your side. So immediately you will end the meeting. You're going to stay a little bit longer. I want you to upload the recordings on Google Drive and share with me the link so that I download. I hope your internet will allow. If your internet does not allow, upload the recording on YouTube channel. You can have a YouTube channel so that you share with me the link. No, Google Drive will be better. Now, if that does not happen, I want you to break these recordings into sections. You can have one section where you had the meeting before I came, the second section where I talked or before I asked you to give feedback, and then the third section, what we are doing now, and then send to me them as pieces. I'll be waiting for them. I'll be waiting for them so that I rebrand them and put them on my YouTube channel. And some of the sensitive matters I've talked about, you need to cut out. And also in the recording, there's noise. You make sure you edit them and remove noise. If you don't know how to do that, just share. We shall do that for you. And somewhere along the line before the year ends, you must know how to edit videos. That's another skill you need to take away from you. And Margaret, I want you to be a YouTuber like me, sitting in your kitchen, cooking food and you're recording on YouTube and then you upload. And people follow you.
That's a great idea. That's a great challenge. We are picking it up.
It's not a great idea. That's another revenue stream. You need to
Yes.
make more money. And you need to answer. People will be asking you more questions when you are successful here at the Kiswati Digital Academy and you become the face of Kiswati Digital Academy in the mainstream media. You are the one who is giving the briefs. You are the one who is attending the conference for the PS, for the CS, all that. You are the face. They will ask you, how did you get there? You tell them, go to my YouTube channel. Look here, go to my YouTube channel and get my story. Yeah?
That's great. That's
I'm
great,
doing YouTube. Look here, I'm doing YouTube because I'm a YouTuber, but I'm using YouTube as my filing system as a data scientist.
Okay.
You also, you need to follow suit. You are not a data scientist. You may not know how important this is, but I'm advising you. It is high time you start documenting what you are doing, documenting your life, so that later when somebody asks you, how did you get here? You refer them to your YouTube channel, and at the same time, you make money on views, on subscription. Then another thing, most of you here, except Eric Kibet, come from the Nyanza region or the predominant Luo Nyanza. There's one thing that Luos fear most, the dead person. When you are dead, if hata kama ulikuwa mjambazi sugu, wanafanya juu ya chini on your funeral, they talk nice things about you. They bring a priest to conduct your funeral, and they make it appear that even hata ulikuwa mjambazi sugu, because of that, you'll still go to heaven. I tell you, Luos, my friend, there's no heaven for Luos. Heaven is for everybody else. Heaven is for everybody else. It's high time you stop worshiping the dead and talking nice things about them. Now, in my funeral, I don't want people to tell lies. I don't want people to say that I was.
But you're not dying soon, Mr. Pass.
Huh? No, look,
You are
no.
We still need you here to implement
I'm just giving an example. I'm just giving an example. The importance of this YouTube video, where you need to document your life, so that if there's somebody who will come to your funeral and start talking about things that are neither here nor there, things that you did not do, so somebody can go to your YouTube channel and verify what they're saying. Verify what they're saying. That's the reason why I'm on YouTube. I'm not a YouTuber, Margaret. I'm a data scientist, and I'm using YouTube for my filing system. Now, some of my videos have been condemned in public. He's really a Christian. It is important to talk about this, my brethren in the net, questioning my spirituality, the questioning my Christian faith. I'm telling you with those videos, that I took when I'm half naked in Florida, I still praise the Lord. And Jesus Christ is still my personal savior. What I was trying to demonstrate to you people is that cultures are different. And when you go to Rome, you do like Romans so that they can feel that you appreciate their culture. Otherwise, they will send you away. They can even kill you if you don't respect their culture. In Destin, Florida, I went to a government office and found two women and a man inside the office at the beach, the maintenance of the beach, and they are half naked. They're in this for swimming suits, where just sections of the body are covered, and they are working. They are very comfortable. And that will cause a lot of curiosity. So I interviewed them. I have that video and uploaded for you. And they tell me how they work. And I asked them, why do you dress like this? They told me if they dress the way I dress, they will die before the end of the shift because it is too hot. You cannot afford to be in the normal clothing that we have. So pious being the pious he is, I did not put on my swimming suits or those bikinis the way they put them, but I decided to go to my default upbringing. I remember when I was a small boy, Margaret, growing up in the remote village somewhere at the foot of the other hills in the boundary between Sia County and Busia County, and very close to Uganda, we used to just wear on Kenyaza, barefooted, and bare-chested, no shirt, no what. We go to graze our cows. So I don't understand the reason why when I'm in Destin, now I'm a grown up, and I'm in Destin, Florida, where people are working naked, and me, I put on my decent Kenyasa, and I'm bare-chested, and I'm going around the beach, interviewing people, taking videos, and then my brethren are questioning my Christianity. No, I was just appreciating their culture. But again, that was my culture when I was growing up. Stuff like that. And again, why was I doing that? I have 35 students, no, 25 students who are Kiswahili scholars. We are working with them to get scholarships to come to the so-called developed countries. I wanted to show them how culture is here so that when they arrive here, they don't get culture shock. Stuff like that. So don't judge me. Don't judge me. And whenever I'm judged most too much, I make that video become private. So Eric Udur, don't force me to make my video private. That is why I don't want you people to share videos the way you shared with me. I want you to share videos in terms of YouTube link, because when you receive a backslash from the public, you can go ahead and make that video unlisted, or you can make it private. So Margaret, from now henceforth, unless it is an official video for Kiswahili Digital Academy, don't share with me your video as a raw video. Share with me your video as a YouTube link so that you can have the opportunity to make it private or make it unlisted. Now, Margaret, with all due respect, I salute you for staying longer. Do you see the reason why I need to open my YouTube?
Yes, I've seen. Nimeona.
Is there anybody right now who doesn't share videos?
No, it's a norm.
Almost everybody is sharing videos. Everybody is sharing videos, but they share it in a way that if you make a mistake in those videos, you can pull that video back and protect the image of your family, protect the image of your profession, protect your own image, and protect the image of your co-worker. So Eric Kibet, from today's henceforth, unless it's an official video that asks for, don't share those videos. Share videos in terms of YouTube link or in terms of TikTok link.
Okay.
Yeah, so that if things go wrong or somebody decide to Photoshop your video, you can go back and remove it from the public. Hey, Margaret, you people, you're making me talk and stay.
I think now we can close it up.
End it here with a prayer, or you have something?
Yes. No, we are just ending it now. We have to end it. But
have I addressed all your concerns?
You have addressed the one thing that I want you to address tomorrow is how we are going to remunerate the developers now. But let's do that tomorrow now. After we have finished.
We can't do that tomorrow. We are going to do that when they have finished the training. You see, The training is going to be 5 weeks. At the end of
Yes.
the training is when we go before the end of 5 weeks, we shall have do that. So that can be done tomorrow.
That's okay.
Yeah, but I've told you, they are volunteers, right?
Yes, that you have made it
I've
clear.
also told you I'm giving them shares, 15%.
Yes.
Let it come
Yes.
from them. Let them know the critical thing. Watch our after telling them they are volunteers with a stipend of 1,000 per week, and every week we need them to do a chapter, and they have shares of 15%. That's what you are going to tell them at the end of 5 weeks, not tomorrow. Don't tell them tomorrow. Then watch our wakijitetea, you tell them, okay, we have heard you. We're going to have a meeting in our team, and we are going to bring this to the attention of our founder and give us 1 week to get back to you. All right?
Yes.
So that I want those people who are coming in this initiative just because of money to go run away, to get discouraged and run away. And I won't mind even if I get only 20 people. Those people can deserve my time to do them. Yeah, that's what we are going to do. Of course, not everybody that say Lord, Lord, Lord will enter, will go to heaven. We have 150 something. I want at the end of our talk tomorrow, if we can lose half.
Okay. It's
That's
okay.
the intention. Yes, you get my point? So don't make a mistake of quoting, but if the question comes up, tell them we have not discussed this, that from our founder, this is what we had. And you can even tell them the founder is here. Can you please, can we give him some time to address this question? And that is exactly what I'm going to tell them without missing words. And I'll tell them if they are here because they are motivated by money, this is not the place for them. They will develop ulcers. They will develop heartache. They are going to develop stress, high blood pressure. Because the journey is still too long. The journey is too long, too long.
I think we have got a that we have gotten.
Expect many more long nights.
Yes,
And,
yes.
and as the people writing the code, sometimes our nights are longer than your nights.
Okay.
Yes. Because, Margaret, do you know your job and the job of the developers? Just to convert your notes that you are using to teach in school into digital format. That's the job you are doing. Converting those into digital format and aligning them to the CBC curriculum. You already have the notes. That's what you're doing. But you see, my job as a programmer, as a software engineer, I'm going to write a code to do something that nobody has ever done before and nobody has ever thought about.
True.
My job as a developer to come up with the app is 10 times more difficult than your job. And my job as innovator is to sit down in the United States of America under a tree outside my house. And the temperature is too hot when it is summer. And the temperature is too low when it is winter. And think of an idea that can be used to implement the CBC curriculum by reducing the cost of textbooks from 1,500 to 100, by can solve teacher shortages in the country, and that can also make students buy only what they need. And that we are coming up for the first time, even in America. This is not there. We are going to sell a textbook that comes with the teachers to teach it. You buy a textbook, one chapter, organic chemistry, and it comes with an army of teachers to teach organic chemistry, distributed all over the country, even abroad. To get that thinking, it was 100 times more difficult than the developers who are developing the code. So I've done the donkey's work. What is done, what is remaining is just icing on the cake. And with that, so many long nights.
Thank you.
It is nothing. Yes, what we're doing here is nothing. So I want to stop there. Margaret, can you for us with a word of prayer? If there's anything that I've not discussed, please let it be in the next meeting. Let it be in the next meeting. Yes,
Exactly.
and these are the kind of interviews I do. I want that person who can persevere.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much.
Okay, thank you so much.
I think from our end, it is 1 a.m. in the morning.
Yes, good. That's exactly how it was designed to be, to see if you can run away.
Yeah, we have done 4 straight hours. I think
Yes.
at this point, let's just close it with a word of prayer. Colleagues, then we connect in the morning. We can update as we prepare for the meeting in the evening. So allow me to say a word of prayer so that we can take a break. Mighty and ever-living Father, we thank you because you have been our God. We have seen your hands. You have guided us. We thank you for giving us the energy and the resilience. My Father, we thank you for the words of wisdom that we have shared, even with our vision bearer, Mr. Pass Odhiambo. Lord, we pray, my Father, that you may continue to open doors of opportunities unto him, Lord. And we pray, my Lord, that may you guide us even as we start this process, my Father. And when we shall have accomplished everything, Lord, we will be careful just to come back to thee and give you the glory and honor. And so as we take a break, Lord, we pray that your presence may be with us in different places that we may be, O King of glory. May your name be honored. May your name be glorified. For this is our prayer, trusting and believing in the mighty name of Jesus Christ. Amen.
Amen.
Good night.
Good night. You are going to stay maybe for 1 hour longer so that you don't sleep before I get the video. Thank you so much.
That's Kibet. That's Kibet, not Oduor.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Sawa.
Google Drive. Okay. All right. Yeah. Just load it on Google Drive. Once it starts loading, you generate the link. Share with me the link, and you go to bed. I know it will not. I don't have access to the video, but after some 2-3 hours, it will be available. Okay. Thank you so much. Okay, boss, you can end the meeting. You can end. Whoever started the meeting can end the meeting for all of us.
Kibet, just end it up.